if anyone's watching. I'm just getting ready, gonna be posting up the stuff that we need, and then we will be good to go. Are you folks excited? I know I am. Hello everyone. As you can see, we've got the new banner all ready to go. As you can see, we're getting super Pride this time around. I didn't really do anything for Pride last year, so I think I did a decent part. Hoping to fix that this year, cause yeah. Cause I feel like it, cause I know people like it. I like drawing it, so why not, right? Thank you very much for the host, Corgo! Oh no, I just realized that the gays with the flags are in the way of the notifications, and now the text is in the way. Ah! There we go. What's Rust? Oh right, yeah, it's what I normally put in. Let's try that again. There we go. Hi, Milksteak. Speaking of hosts, thank you very much, Milksteak. All right, that's in the proper place. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Unfortunately, once or twice in Vermont's chat, I put the Twitch link in the wrong place, and that's embarrassing. Hey, excuse me. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Bonzi Buddy XX. Happy Pride! Frying chicken right now, so you'll be a bit quiet. Okie doke! Oh, duh, right there. Duh. Thank you very much for the follow, Bonzi Buddy. Welcome to the Fox Den. Kick up your feet and relax. By the way, loving the reference in your name there. Are you also a purple gorilla? Thank you very much for the host style. I'm in a food coma. Yes. Ah, I see. Sorry, I'm all over the place for some reason. Hi, Wolf Pineapple. How you doing? Right now, it feels less like Pride, more like wrath. How you doing, Kaze? I know today wasn't fantastic, but I hope that I can help make you feel a little better with today's stream. Apologies if I'm a pink gorilla. Ah, I see, said the blind man. Okay. More chocolate mousses. How fantastic is one way to put it. This is me. Hard. Aww. Okay, but Fox on the right radiates chaotic energy. When don't I, though? Oh. Alright, so I think that's everyone there. I believe we are good to go for all the social media crap. Gives hugs to friends. Yes, big hugs. Also, thank you, Fembot, for reminding people that I do, in fact, accept tips. Okay, so in case you guys aren't aware, today's stream is focused on critiquing the art of our fabulous community, and we're also going to, Oh, we're being raided by Siggy! Hey, Siggy! Oh no! Yeah, oh yes! Hi Siggy! How you doing? It's great to hear from you. Thank you for the raid. Hello! Hey, Art Pup! Thank you for the follow. I am Dr. Josh Fox. Welcome to Kick Up Your Feet and Relax. Welcome to the Fox Den. I am a gender fluid variety streamer who does everything from, for some reason, there we go. Thank you for the follow, Reswingo. I'm a gender fluid variety streamer who does everything from RPGs to platformer games to first-person shooters to whatever. But also I do art. In fact, we're doing art today. In fact, we are going to be critiquing some of our community, our awesome Discord community's awesome pieces of work, and I'm super excited. Excuse me, for to look at your guys' amazing work and give you some feedback and all that good stuff. Pobs. I do, in fact, have a Discord. Indeed. Yes, I figured as such. What were you... Oh, everyone, I want to give shout out to, littlest Siggy. That is not what I wrote. There we go! Siggy here is a fellow artist and draws big, big, big foofs, despite the name. Thank you very much. If you came on the raid, if you could refresh your page so you're accounted as both a proper viewer and a raid viewer, very much appreciated. Do you, Bonzi? Awesome. It's meh. Hey, that's alright. We're actually, speaking of style, we're actually looking at one of their drawings today. Right now. I figured this is a good place to start. Also, I'm an artist. You'll see my stuff shortly. The SO reminds me of the So meme from Spider-Man. Much talent in chat today. Hey, me. Hey, and in fact, you. We are going to have a few people's art here today. So basically how this works is I take someone's art and I kind of, I do what's called, is it called redlining? I don't remember. Anyway, what I do is I sort of sketch it over and provide kind of my feedback and tips for how I would improve. I want to make it clear that I am not like a super-de-duper amazing artist or anything. This is mostly being done for fun and for suggestions. And in fact, we actually have some people here I'm probably going to talk about who I feel like are much better artists than I am. So that's going to be fun. On top of that, in between it, just for the sake of the lulz, we're also going to be making fun of Ken Penders tonight. Also, Butch Hartman, because he launched Oaxis, and now I just have no choice but to make fun of him again. Smallest Joof drawing the biggest foof. Tango, Della type. Yeah, Draver. Basically what I do... I should probably get a Discord. Butch Hartman sucks! Yes. So basically what I do is I take the original drawing, I copy it, I sort of fade it over, and then from there, I see how well I can kind of redraw it using the same kind of idea of the pose. It doesn't always really end up looking the same, but, like, I'm not just redrawing it or anything. I'm redoing it based on the tips and feedback that I provide. You posted your art. Let me see. Oh, interesting. A Wendigo. That's not something you see very often. And unfortunately, the other picture won't load for me. It's just a picture of a sad little poop. Because Discord. So I'm sorry, I can't see the other one. But I can see the first one, a Wendigo. That's pretty cool. Yeah, again, that's not one you see a lot of. Bring on the arts! Hi, Sayoteru. Speaking of artists who are better, who I feel like are better than me, here we're going to be talking about tonight. My friend Sayoteru. Because Discord. I'm howling at the... I'm sorry. Alright, so we're just real quick. We're going to find us some music, and then we're, Art time! You're an amazing... Oh, thank you very much, Sayo. I appreciate it. I'm trying to find, music for us to put on. You know what? I'm feeling self-indulgent. We're gonna put on, some Sonic Gems Collection music. I know we always listen to this, but it's a good vibe, so... There we go. Now, yeah, you kind of got like a, I guess, compilation of your Wendigo character. That's I like this one with the top hat and the monocle. That's a mood. Alright, so we're just going to jump right into the Sonic Mega Collections music, and we're going to get started. So this is a piece done by Style Fox, and this is of a big foofy Dirk in a big foofy coat. So, first of all, I will say that I feel like that everyone who has provided art did a really good job. So what I'm saying here is more suggestions rather than kind of cut and dry. I think my main first thing right off the bat is you could accentuate the poofiness of the jacket even more. Music to voice ratio is a bit much. I'm assuming you mean the music is probably a bit loud. Like so? Ah! Is that better? I actually think I turned down the volume on my mic, so let me, okay. Mine is either good or it isn't. I think that's, true of all things. The music was a touch loud. Okay! But I think, better, yeah, okay. Alright, so let's just dive right in. So, starting with this, there isn't too much I have to actually correct here. I like the pose. I like that it isn't like, you see, I tend to do like a kind of 3/4 a lot, where they're sort of off. So, it's kind of nice seeing it seeing this from a different angle and whatnot. How you draw my OC, he's oof. Well, that depends if we're able to get to the corrections, not corrections, critique for your particular art tonight. I already had a few I had planned in mind. So, if we can get to your character, we can get to your character. Admittedly, I'm not all that familiar with Wendigos or anything, so I probably can't provide too much. So, the first thing I would recommend is, even though your character is standing from the side, it is important. I don't know why I'm already drawing the hair. It is important to try and remember dimensionality and draw all the way through. I noticed that you did do that. Like, you did draw through, but... Okay, maybe that critique isn't particularly valid. Again, in case you can't tell, this is not really what I do with my life. Our art is, but not really critiquing other people's work. He's a toll. Yeah, no, I think the drawing came out really nice. I will say, pardon me, one thing I would recommend, style, is not feathering your lines as much. This is something, admittedly, you can actually kind of see me doing this now, but you see, what I notice you do with your lines a lot is you tend to kind of, like this, right? It doesn't look too bad here, but when you're using it with graphite or something, actually, I do have a graphite pencil, it might help to kind of better illustrate my point. If you kind of feather, like, a graphite line, it can create a kind of uneven weight. I know what you're trying to, and it also makes drawing take quite a while. You have two OCs, Damien, which is and Pluto, a dog. I have too many OCs, I do too. Whereas, like, again, kind of what I'm doing is I'm sort of doing something similar, but the lines are longer. They're more kind of purposeful. And that helps not only not make drawings take as long, it also makes things look a little bit less blotchy. I feather way too much. It's easy to get away with in traditional art. I had to move away with it. It took me forever to stop feathering my lines. I actually still catch myself doing it sometimes, so it's alright. It's more about long, confident lines. I also recommend drawing from the shoulder. That is something I need to work on, because that's actually not something I do. I tend to draw, this is going to be weird, I draw from my elbow, not from my shoulder. It's all about being decisive. But I draw from my elbow when I do like sweeping. I don't really use my wrist. I use my elbow. Does that make any sense? That's kind of the same thing with OCs. So you have a small handful or enough to make an entire bestiary. Yeah, more or less. So I would say right now, I feel like you're on the right track with stuff like anatomy and drawing through and things like that. You obviously, as with all of us, as with any artist, you have room for improvement. Again, we all do. But I feel like your main thing at this point is tidiness. And this is something I am also guilty of when I do traditional art. Is just general tidiness. In between feathering lines and the fact that there's kind of blotchy, inconsistent kind of line weight. I feel like that's something you can work on. Posted a photo of Pluto. Cool, cool. Doggy. Oh, he's adorable. Oh my goodness, I love him. He's so cute. People tend to compliment my line weight, but more often than not, I'm just winging it. Hey, sometimes it just comes naturally, dude. He's based on a dog that you had. Aw, a baby. So, again, there really isn't much I need to correct with this one. Again, I feel like the main things come down to, largely, kind of the actual, like, line quality and things like that, because that can actually, dropping in, playing D&D. Hello, Lost Man! I hope you have a good time with your D&D. But, I do feel like that is kind of an issue that can, unfortunately, it can actually negatively affect your art more than you think, because you think, oh, well, it just means that my drawings are a little bit kind of giving criticism while committing art theft. I'm joking. Oh, come on, I'm not selling. Who do you think I am, Butch Hartman? Heyo! Yeah, we're starting good and early. In case you guys don't know, Oaxis dropped. We'll be dropping in and out? Alright. What I'm doing is, this is actually something that zing! This is something that teachers actually will do, is that they, at least in my experience, they would do, is sort of take your art and they would kind of line over it. They would red line over it like so, and show where they feel like improvement can be had. Nice one, thank you. Admittedly, this is pretty good, so I don't really feel like there's too much I need to comment on. I do feel like you could probably make the jacket a little bit fluffier, but that's more a personal thing. If this is the accurate amount of fluffy that you want, I say go for it, man. I am not your teacher. I do feel like that maybe having the arms sort of poking out a bit more helps to make the silhouette more clear, because like if you look, the silhouette's a little bit messy, but at the very least, just by having some markers like the elbow kind of here, it does help to make the silhouette a little bit more clear, if that makes any sense. Clapping someone's hand really hard kind of hurt. Flashbacks of Algonquin animation provides redlining my work until it was like, stop, it's already sad. For more finished pieces, I pen in the line work and erase pencil marks, so the more decisive lines I make are the pen line work as opposed to sketches. This particular piece is sketch for a full piece would be a sketch layer, if you will. That is fair, but even so, what can end up happening is that if your sketch is kind of, I don't want to say your sketch is blobby, but a little bit smudgy, with the feathering lines and whatnot, it can actually, even if it's your own art, it can kind of confuse you as to what goes where, and it can be hard to parse line weight when you're actually doing the line work. So it is important that even if your sketches are messy, you should still at least try to make the lines a little bit more purposeful. If that again, I know I always say this, but if that makes any sense, mostly because I'm not entirely sure if I'm explaining myself well. Smudgy is a good word, makes sense. I say many things off topic. My best friend usually redlines my art when I ask him to because I suck at poses. It's alright, I suck at poses too. I do like this pose a lot that you actually picked for this character. It's simple, it's casual. Again, I do feel like you could have done a little bit more to... My dog is freaking out upstairs. Apologies for the bone noises. She's playing with a bone. Something must have gotten her excited. Something to help kind of make the silhouette a little bit more clear. Actually, maybe... Yeah, actually. I'm looking at the tail. I'm thinking about the tail. Maybe to help give it a bit more life, maybe we could try kind of pushing it up, like so. Like kind of having it curl up. I'm not sure if that's going to actually look good, but it's interesting. But it's a good idea to experiment, you know. Gotta love dirt tails. Yes, big tail. So how's everyone doing today? Let's fix that tail. Like actually having it mostly just be like a shape and then just kind of adding in extra like little lines and whatnot. Good? Well, it go foof. What will the show of terrible professional artists will begin? Me making fun of Ken Penders is gonna happen after this first piece because we're formatting it like last time. Community art, making fun of bad artist. Community art, making fun of bad artist. With that said, we might get in a line or two about Butch Hartman. We'll see. I burned my fingers the other day, so my pride piece is somewhat delayed. Style! I completely forgot. My fever finally broke. Not feeling like Garbo. Awesome! Woo! Kent? No, Ken. Ken Penders. A bit calmer, still a mess, but I'm clipping myself a bit, still kind of processing things that happened today. I'm very sorry today was kind of a, an unfortunate day for you. Ken Penders is a Sonic the Hedgehog comic artist and writer who, when he left, basically tried to take the entire comic with him and kind of succeeded. And if it wasn't for him, the Archie... Oh, okay. You know, I'll get more into details when we talk about him a little bit more, but let's just say he's at least partially responsible for why that series was rebooted and then canceled. I say partially because there was more at work than... Also, he's just kind of a jerk, and he traces other people's art. Or he has traced other people's art. It's not something he, like, does super frequently, but it has been something that he's done. Yeah, he a bastard. Bonzi, buddy, you are a cutie. How did you already redeem 200 points? Damn. This is more, just kind of a note here. For the eye, maybe, it should probably be moved down a bit. I think next time you're drawing the head... I'm not sure you did this, but, like, having that kind of line there and then using it to... Thank you very much, Ruin Alvaros! I love that name. Kick your feet up and relax. Welcome to the Fox Den. Bitch Fartman and 10 blenders. He's video game Butch Hart. Well, it's Sonic the Hedgehog comic Butch Hartman, but... But yeah, drawing the socket first and then drawing the eye in it could help to figure out the placement of the eye and whatnot. If, again, that makes sense. Scream. Ah! Pop-up, do you want me to do something? Hello, Dr. JoshFox. Would you like to register for Bonzi Buddy? Me writing notes. Hey, I mean, I hope people can learn from this. Sometimes I also like to add in kind of like guiding lines for the eyes. I don't always do this, but sometimes it can help. It doesn't really help here, but sometimes I like doing that. And then after I've gotten in the pupils, then I kind of shape the eye around the circle that was drawn within the socket. Do you want me to register Bonzi Buddy? Would you like me to make the Bonzi website your main homepage? Stalker, a mission is about to happen now. I don't know what that means. Bonzi Buddy wants to talk about your car's extended warranty. Hello, I'm Bonzi Buddy. How can I help you? Retrieving pictures of KEN PENDERS from Google. Usually something bad. Oh no. I apologize, I'm not even sure if that actually sounds like the voice synthesizer they used for Bonzi Buddy. I tried my best. At least I tried! Itches. Nice. So I do notice, I noticed you drew the little, the pull string for the hoodie there. Pardon me. I don't necessarily think you need, like, the way you drew it, I don't think you need to do that because nothing about the rest of this pose kind of indicates that there's a wind effect going on that's being, like, pushed around. So even just leaving it down like this, I think would have been fine. Maybe adding in a bit more detail if necessary, but again, if that's a stylistic choice, that's fine. Sometimes I'll just make it like a line in a thing. I think the song has a Korg M1 in it, but I could be wrong about that. I couldn't tell ya, but that would be pretty neat if you could, that would be pretty neat, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, I always like it when you come in and talk music trivia, it's always interesting. Sonic is whatever you want him to be. Yeah, I guess, but like, then there's what Ken Penders wanted it to be, and, I will get more into some of his horrible ideas later, both that were published and were not published. But it gets uncomfortable at some spots. Let's just say that. Love the use of synths from 1989 to gain compilation of 2005. I mean, why not? Maybe they just like the sound of it. Add a little bit of extra dimension to the kind of floofy coat here. I said to make it a little bit more I didn't really end up doing that, did I? It largely looks the same. Alright, so, that's about the draw over. Did you have any questions, Style? As you can see, I kind of, I slightly altered the face a little to make it look, I pushed it up a little bit. I think that can help make it look a little bit more perky, a little bit more expressive. Though, again, if you don't like that, that's fine. I drew the socket in so I could better place the eye, as well as, you know, the markers for the face. Give a bit more dimensionality to the ears, and lastly, just with some little adjustments to the position of the arms and whatnot, I helped make, as well as sort of curling up the tail to give it a bit more life and expression, I helped make the silhouette a little bit more lively. I still think your original piece is quite good. I particularly like the kind of folds on the coat here, if you look. I quite like that. And the actual tail itself is nice. It looks really nice and fluffy. Hi, Corgo! Swings in. Hello, Dr. JoshFox. Would you like me to set Bonzi Buddy website as your default register? A friend? No, I'm a gorilla. You made it me. Oh, thank you, Style. No, Bonzi is not a bot. Okay, awesome. I'm just going to, I'll admit, I thought maybe at first, but, like, no, so the very clearly real person. Just here to chill. It's just butt loudly. Alright, let's, excuse me, just itching my nose. Oh, I forgot we made one of my older drawings in the last session. I forgot. Gorilla sounds ooh. I'm sorry. All my thought is that one comic page of the Joker staring at the gorilla in the glass, just with that face. All right, guys. I'm not a plush. I'm a character in a plush suit. I'm a fraud. So I felt stupid, Fox. I was trying to play clone here, and I thought I was having problems with guitar. Turns out I'm stupid. Forgot to set up the buttons. Oof. Oh, Kaza, you know exactly the comic page I'm talking about. Great. Okay, guys. Well, speaking of comics, now that we've had some good, it's time to do some bad. We are going to take a look at a piece of Ken Pender's art. I want to find a juicy one. I'm getting a lot of art that's not Ken Pender's. Let's start with this, interesting panel of Sonic. Let's just breathe it all in, ladies and gentlemen. What's your favorite part? My favorite part is the fact that he looks more like a chimpanzee than Sonic the Hedgehog. But what do you guys like? Mood. Interesting is right. Clone here, itches butt on floor. Oh, Bonzi, I just mopped that! Bug eyes. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, God! So, there's a lot to unpack here. The tears, because that's what this image makes me feel like. Ken Pender's art is very inconsistent in how it looks, but there are some general lines. Generally one, it often looks how I like to describe as lumpy. It's a very weird lumpy look to it. And that just doesn't work for Sonic. And as a result, a lot of the time it looks kind of gross, and like Sonic kind of looks, characters look like E.T., or they have weird uncanny valley faces. It's stuff like that. But they sort of come in different kind of waves, I guess you could say. Some images are more lumpy than others. Some of them aren't really all that lumpy, but are very unexpressive. Some of them are just traced over drawings of other people's art. In fact, I'm gonna get this one out of the way now before we continue with this one, because I can't really redraw it because a better version of the image already exists. So this was done, I believe it was a commission for a fan. It was either that or he drew it at a con for someone. This is an image that Ken Penders drew of Shadow. And at first glance, you know what? That doesn't look too bad, right? It looks pretty good. There's a problem with this art, though. It is stolen from an official piece of Sonic art, specifically of Shadow from Sonic Chronicles. This is the original. This is the Ken Penders commission drawing from San Diego Comic-Con 2018. I'm that weird TV thing next to Sonic. The singularity matches my soul. Stop! You have violated the law. If I am to... Yeah, it's very similar. If I were to kind of put them over, you can see if there's any difference, it's just because Ken Penders either sucked at tracing it or just decided to pepper in his usual Ken Penders-ness. And in some case, it just looks worse in general. Like, Shadow's heels are very clearly touching the ground here, largely because of how closely positioned they are. But with them being further away, it looks really odd, doesn't it? Like, it looks like one of his feet are kind of daintily, like, only his toes, or his metaphorical toes, are daintily touching the ground, doesn't it? It looks like he's almost, like, about to start, like, raising up his leg. Shadow Steel. Those eyes. Yeah, the eyes are way worse. Like, look at it. Like, they aren't even, like, really in perspective. If he angled it a little bit more, it might look a little bit less weird. Like, they did that here, and it looks better. This is actually quite a nice piece of art. It's very simple. Shadow's pose is very basic, and it's very clearly knocking off the Sonic X visual art style, because Sonic Chronicles really went for that with his character art for some reason. Not a bad thing. It's more just weird than I noticed. But it's not too bad. It's quite a nice piece of art. The Ken Penders piece, well, it does contain some of the visual elements that make this look nice. The proportions are off, in particular. The legs are very spindly. The feet look really weird. The eyes are off center, etc., etc. It's just a worse redraw of this image of Shadow. Thin your paints. What? Oh, thank you for putting down the chat rules. Alright, so putting that aside, let's get back to the main piece that we're looking at here. So the idea here, if I remember correctly, is Sonic's all like, oh, Bunny, I'm relieved to see you, because they were dating at the time. Because that's what Ken Pender's Sonic comics were about, ostensibly. Like, they were very soap opera-ish. Yeah, it's kind of Bunny Rabbit was, I guess, like, she was, like, attacked and almost disassembled by one of the villains. And here she's fine. Sonic is finding out that she's okay. As an aside, I wonder if I can... Yeah, there's the whole piece. I'm not going to be looking at the whole piece and redrawing over it, but I just want to point out... He drew his Sonic female characters... Like, no, he didn't originally draw them like this, but occasionally he would draw them, very, how would I describe this? Furry, which is fine, but it's very odd when, again, it didn't always look like that. What is that abomination? It's Dobby in a Sonic costume. What is that? Yeah. Again, I don't have a mind with I don't really have a problem with a little bit of sex appeal if you really want to do it. But the way that he went about it, it looks more like a furry fan comic than it does actual Sonic art. You know? Oh, actually, hold that thought. I am actually wrong. Guys, I need to make an apology to Ken Penders. He did not draw this. I thought he did, but just real quickly looking up, this is not a piece of Ken Penders art. My mistake. It should still show you the general standards of the art from that period, but this is not actually a piece of Ken Penders artwork. My mistake. I'm sorry. He did write it, though. So instead, let's go with something that's a little bit more, that I know is Ken Penders artwork. Also of Sonic. This I know is Ken Penders artwork. Yeah, because Two Kinds has a very nice visual style. Are you guys ready? You guys thought that, Butch Hartman running Sonic was terrifying? Just take a look at this beauty. Get ready for needs. So, again, I ask, what's your favorite part? My favorite is the disgusting, lumpy, muscly limbs. What do you guys like? Butch did Sonic art? Yes, he did. We talked about it last time. I actually, it was one of the pieces of art that I corrected. Sire, just a miracle. Yeah, I also quite like the fact that he got Sonic shoes wrong. I like that the, spinny feet aren't communicated very well. I like that the head is giant and that the spikes do not line up with, how Sonic spikes are supposed to go. The Sonic movie looking... I like the teeth. I think he did... Yo, Sayo! I actually think that, Ken Penders actually contributed to some of those. Not the one, but I think he did contribute to a few of those. Yeah. In fact, he actually did some, Digimon art. I'm gonna have that up as one of my other ones. But, yeah. We will get to it. That is the parody art. I'm looking for the... Is that the actual... Is that a piece that he actually did? Or is that, no. I don't know. I can't find, like, a clear scan of it without it having, like, a mouth edited onto it. But anyway, I believe it. What are the ears? Okay, so, as per normal, I don't know if I can redline this. Should I try redlining it, or should I just try from scratch? Because this is a lot to unpack. I will say there is one thing I do kind of like about Ken Penders' pencil artwork. I think the line quality is quite good. It's just too bad that it all goes towards this. I just gotta look like one of those crappy Great Value character masks you see at a pop-up store. It does. It's an anatomical nightmare. Did it just pop up religious themes and sex stuff? Yes, it did. What the... Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try and see if I can do the pose on my own. So I could say I made an attempt. You know what? Yeah, that's fair. Let's do it. Let us make an attempt. Revival Kudderkers. This art gets the slaughter. Well, I hope my art can get the salvage, or at the very least the slavage. Try not to get sued by him. I am beneath Ken Penders' notice. People have been making fun of his art for a very long time. I am beneath his notice. He's already busy putting in a bunch of hard work and effort into the Lara Sue Chronicles. One ear is larger than the other and the face is somehow lopsided. Yeah. Yeah. So one of my things that I hate is he has a very flat face, if you look. It's very flat. Like, it's like it looks very odd. It should be pushed out a little bit more. Not like a lot. I'm not saying to give him like torpedo head, but like a little bit more I think would help a lot. Face looking like those character popsicles. The character popsicles have more dignity than this. If anything else, they have a cleaner silhouette. Ayo! You've heard of Dogecoin now, but Santa Coin! Like poor Knuckles, he was the center of the Penders pen. Yeah, we will probably be getting into some Knuckles art later, and as well as discussing some writing thing. Okay, by the way, crazy Ken Penders story number 1. This is something he never got to actually do, but one of his story ideas was that his totally not self-insert character Jeffrey St. John would have claimed Princess Sally's virginity before Sonic did. When explaining this, he described it as, this was one case where Sonic wasn't quite fast enough. I'm gonna let that sink in while I look for new music. Manuals is fine. Yep. He had a very different idea for what he wanted to do for his book than what Sega wanted them to do for the book. He basically wanted to write a furry science fiction soap opera. That was his idea, right? I do not like how I drew Sonic's ears there. And I mean, fine, Ken, do your thing, but like, there's a time and a place. You know what, let's start with the spikes, and I'll probably figure out a better way to position the ears. I might actually need to, kind of increase the canvas, because I'd like to have all of Sonic's spikes be visible. You know what, let's just start with the pose. Admittedly, this is an anatomical nightmare. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get this to work. I think one of the things is that he either should have just had him running, or had the spinny feet. I think because it might help with the composition, I'm just gonna do the spinny feet. And I'm also going to make it look a little bit more cartoonish, a little bit more kind of classic Sonic comic-y, where it's like, it's literally like a ball. Butch will never get better. He will always find a new Lotus. A dude said Butch Hartman might get better, and I laughed that I concluded he was being serious. I laughed even harder. I had the whole Knuckles, like, actual back issues. Yeah! They'll try to make Sonic realistic, just never do it. It's not that I don't necessarily think there is a place for darker storytelling within the context of the Sonic universe. But, I mean, hell, Ian Flynn did darker storytelling within the context of the Sonic universe. And that came out great. The problem is that Ken Penders wasn't writing Sonic. He was writing his Freaky Deaky Knuckles fanfiction. And Sayo could probably attest to this because he has every back issue. Of Knuckles, especially. You think Sonic gets weird, Knuckles gets weird and kind of uncomfortable. A trio of trash, Derry Dev, Butch Hartman, and Ken Penders. It does get wild, like, damn. It gets crazy. Okay, so I'm not liking how the feet are coming out, like the spinny feet. I'm gonna hold off on that for now, and I'm gonna see how I can better position it. This might take a while. It might, honestly, I might just have to stop redlining this, because it really does just kind of need a full revision, methinks. Like, at the very least, with the Butch Hartman stuff, I could redline it and reconsider, and there were some strong poses and things like that. Even the silhouette of this is very, 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 very chunky. Also, he only has 3 fingers, but they're realistically detailed. That's automatically disgusting. Which, I don't know why he only has 3 fingers, because this is clearly Green Eye Sonic, and by that point, they started drawing the characters with 4 fingers. Oh man, I'm having a bad art day today. To be fair, look at what I'm drawing. Didn't you have a character that was just edgy Knuckles with the OVA hat? Holy Oko! He had so many characters who were like that. I like your construction lines for the head. Like, immediately improved it 100%. Thank you very much, Sayo. Sonic was meant to be a cartoon. How trying to anthropomorphize that makes it weird. Much less. Well, technically speaking, you are anthropomorphizing him even if you are making him cartoonish. The feet in the Knuckles comics make you want to... Oh, you mean the lumpy, realistic feet? To be fair... Okay, to be fair to Ken Penders, he wasn't the only one who drew them like that. In fact, legendary Sonic comic artist, Spaz, I believe it's Spaz Harvo, Spaz, he drew them like that on the covers too. And I'd be like, why? Why are you drawing them like that? Do I probably feel numb? No, I feel enraged. Like, this is just a general rant I have about this style. You have this super cartoony, like, character and Hedgehog, and we know why. And instead of, like, going, like, if you really gotta show what their feet look like, instead of going for, like, cartoonish paws or whatever, you either go for toeless blobs or you go for realistic human feet. Why? God, no wonder people clown on it. It's so weird. Why would you draw it like that? Ew, yucky. Okay, bye, Siggy. Thanks for hanging out, and thank you very much for the raid. If anyone in the chat hasn't already done this, follow Siggy. Do it. Do it. Okay, guys, I have to... No more redlining. I can't. It's actively making it hard to talk about this piece. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just say how I would do it. I'm not even sure the pose is all that great either. Sonic and Friends were never meant to have feet. I think Naoto Oshima actually drew them with paws. Maybe he did, but that's generally not considered canon now. Again, it's either like people feet, like with the early Archie comics, and to a lesser extent the Sonic movie, because we never actually see what they look like, other than the fact that they are soft. And the general silhouette seems to be similar to a people, but for all we know, they may be more like paws with pads and things like that. We don't know. Or in the case of like Sonic X and some of the Sonic Adventure art, they're like blobs, which I don't like either. I just think that looks weird. We're meant to always wear shoes. Yeah. I need an adult. He had so many knuckles. I can't remember all of them. Penders and Kenosies are like Hydra. Take one out and two more pop up. Archie Sonic is weird, but I promise, the second that Ken Penders stops writing and doing art, and instead it becomes like Ian Flynn writing and Tracy Yardley doing the artwork, it becomes so much better. I promise. Not to say that it was always like amazing House of Cards, but like, damn. The hearing never meant to have feet. Just makes you think it's a weird reverse Ray Manis thing where the limbs are nothing but on the ends of them. Ah, I don't like that. I am not a fan of that. Ah. Anyway, long story short, anything involving feet and Sonic the Hedgehog is cursed, so... Jeez. I hate to do this, but let's try segmenting it out like this, even though it's gonna look super weird. That reminds me of a dumb I recently had with no arms of having of a dumb OI. I'm assuming OC that I had no arms instead of having hands attached directly to their shoulders. I had what? I think you can make a character barefoot in forces. It's just a blob with a smaller brain. Yeah. And you know what? At least that implies some form. I mean, I'm not a big fan of that, but at least it implies some form. What if Ken saw Wally West versus Archie? Oh, he'd blow a gasket, I think. Because he's very protective of his work. Okay, so here's the original draw. Well, you know what? Actually, hang on. I'm just gonna real quickly just kind of touch it up a little bit. But basically, this is there's the original, and here's my version. As you can see, he actually looks like Sonic the Hedgehog at first glance. You don't gotta squint. What was your favorite piece to draw, Fox? I don't know, actually. I'm not quite sure how you mean. What is it, Bonzi? Oh, beat it up. If anyone likes Life is Strange, the game, tell me why. By the same developers, not on Steam until the end of the month. Play the realistic piece from Sonic 2 collection is canon. Oh, Lyoko, why would you remind me of that? And just for funsies, let's add a little kind of running effect because I can. Why is that? Actual depth, actual proportions, actual motion, 100% improved. Thank you very much. Does it look like you got Yu-Gi-Oh hair? It is so fun in zombie movie son. It is so funny that you mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh because for some reason my mind was going to that one part of Yu-Gi-Oh Abridged when they were doing the the darts, like the Seal of Orichalco stuff, and they actually, and when Weevil gets kind of possessed, he actually sounds like Weevil from the 4Kids dub instead of the Beavis and Butthead thing, and turns out Little Karibo does an amazing impression of that particular Weevil Underwood voice. Like, he sounds great. Look him up, or don't. You're better off not doing so. He's scary. That is Ken Pender's Sonic artwork, and it is unique. It's so funny because his art was never really good, but it was never. It took a while to get this horrific. All right, so that's the Sonic art of Ken Pizzers. It's nightmare fuel. Oh yeah. Maybe I should specify. Give me 3 flavors of favorite art piece you drew. A commission, a personal piece, and choose your fate. I don't know. Oh my god, that's hard. I guess recently, I really like how that Pride commission I did for Kaze came out. Like, I am actually really jazzed about that one. For personal art, I actually don't know. Hold that thought. I'm gonna check my Twitter, and I'm gonna see personal art I've done recently. I do like that Pride art that I did for the thing. I'd say the reptile art, but like that I did. But I'm looking at it, and like his legs are too long, and it looks kind of weird. But still a good piece. I do like the TMNT redesigns that I did, but I wouldn't say it's like one of my favorite pieces. It's more like one of my favorite pieces of homework that I did. Oh geez, now we're getting into the 30 favorite characters thing. There is this piece of Max that I did that I really like, where he's kind of like sitting, and I just, spoilers, he's not wearing anything other than a hoodie. And I actually really like how that one came out. I like the pose, I like the anatomy, I like the silhouette, I like the color, so that one's good. I do like that. Can't go wrong with Undy art. Oh, it's not even that. Did you ever hear the artist Strawberry Milk? That name sounds familiar. Kaze is a cute. My favorite picture I've drawn. Can't actually say the subject matter. There's also another piece I did, which, you know what? I'm gonna say this. Just this one. Hang on. Before we continue, just this one for personal art. This is my favorite piece of personal art right now. I just really like this one. I can't tell you why. I think the effect, I think it's largely just due to the effect, honestly. If it kicked off of Twitter for, Bonzi, that's, I mean, fair enough, but this isn't really the place to talk about this. I generally try and keep my streams PG-13. But with that said, thank you for the warning. Gift art for Zilch. That's gift art for Zilch you did, D, was really good. Thank you, Sayo. I actually do really like the atmosphere for this one, too. And lastly, if I'm gonna do a Choose Your Destiny, I will pick a correction piece that I did from one of the streams. So let me, and by that I mean this one and the previous one. So I'm just gonna real quick look through the ones that I did. Oh my god, I remember the one I did in my own art is a mood. I'm gonna say, oh no, I did 2 of my own art. Oh no, I only did 1. Never mind. I'm gonna say this correction of a Butch Hartman piece that I did. Because here's the thing, theoretically this should be fine, but it's very small things that he needed to fix that he just didn't, and just by fixing it, look how much better it looks. See? It's just small things like that. So there. Those are my 3 favorite pieces right now. -13. The Batman set. Why are we all just listing letters? Alright, now that we got Ken Pietzers out of the way, I'm gonna start with another community piece. Also, oh, I'm Bonzi, I love Pluto. They're so cute. I'm gonna start with... I'm gonna do, I want to do something hard, like something something that, like, I'm gonna have a hard time doing. Okay. You know what? If your head gets clouded in a second, the community brain cell's going wild. You know what? Since Sayo is here, let's redline one of their pieces. Now, immediately, I'm going to say this right now. Sayo is an unbelievably skilled artist. Like, look at this. Look at this! Give Fox back the brain cell chat. So I am working very hard. Like, I have a very, very difficult challenge here. So in a way, this is more an exercise for me to figure out better ways to help you guys. Because in my humble opinion, I think that Sayo is a much better artist than I am. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, you know, art, friends, blah, blah, blah. It's that I think just on a theoretical and an execution level, he is more skilled than I am. That's just how it is. He's been doing it for longer. He's been, he has more experience, and he has a better grasp on fundamentals and whatnot. I feel like he's a better artist than I am. So, right now, what we're doing is largely going to be subjective, and I'm going to try and find the best ways to kind of figure it out together. I'm not saying that one can't comment on art that's better than theirs. I mean, I had the audacity to make a comment on a Jack Kirby piece last time we talked about it. It was very small. I said I just thought Darkseid's mouth looked a little weird, but, like, still. Did you mention at one point you have a Discord server? Yes, Don Shaku Lawrence. I do, in fact, have a Discord. I posted a QR piece. I think you'll like it. Oh, it's a baby. It's a baby. It's a baby. Are we like the same age? Yes, but like you've been doing art professionally for longer than I have. I think, yeah, we're about the same age. I'm like, you're like, what, 26? I'm like 25. So, yeah. But you've been doing it professionally for longer than I have, with commissions and whatnot. Some criticism is subjective. Not all, but some. Of course. It's like, where's Waldo? Where can this improve? Yeah. Alright, so. I have no idea what the hell's going on upstairs. I've actually been following you for quite a while. Funny to run into each other. That we're friends with Fox and all. Small world. And closer to death. Jesus. One Waldo in the whole world. I've been posting art. Yay! I can't focus on it too much because, yes, we went to high school. I think a storm is coming. What makes you think a storm is coming? Like a literal storm? Or... I'm just... Oh, shush, D. It's all fun and games till the Waldo SCP finds you. Damn, this is hard. I think... Okay, so... No, actually. No, okay, that adds up. I think the only real things I would... honestly, there are a few things I would... You're cold? Oh, no. No, be cold. I think kind of the main things I would change is the machine here could probably do with being a little bit less angular. I know that some of the machines are a bit angular, but I do feel like that it's a little flat looking. Like, if that makes sense. Oh, that means so much. Feel free to hit me up anytime. Aw, so many friends. Friends. It's 51 Fahrenheit or 11 degrees Celsius. Yeah, that's too cold. It needs to be boiling hot. To be fair, I also get cold very easily. A storm. Internet acting a little strange. Oh, big oof. Ow. Ow. So, like, say for instance, if you look, it's a square. It's very, I agree, it's very boxy. I could have made it more interesting. Yeah, it's very square. Whereas you could have, like, say, added a little bit more detail, both to make it look more exciting and to add a little bit more depth, I would say. Like, say, for instance, these kind of metal bits here, maybe kind of push them in a little bit, and, Doctor's room is just casually on fire. This is fine. I'm a nobody. Please, somebody help me find my heart. This is fine. So, and just a little bit to give it a little bit more depth. As for designs, I'm not all that great at designing these sorts of things, but I'll give it the old college try. I tend to notice machines like this, especially when they're like crane arms like this, tend to look very, very garish. So bright colors and very childish, cute designs. I'm thinking like bubbles and things like that. It doesn't have to be bubbles, but like something like that, you know? Helps give the machine a bit more life. Ooh, I didn't even think about putting any designs on the machine. Yeah, because these sorts of machines normally have like designs and cute little things on them, stuff like that. Maybe adding in like a little bit of a rim over by where the machine kind of is will help to give it, like, you see, it gives it a little bit more depth, as you can see. It makes it look a little bit more dimensional. Just a small thing. It's just a little thing like that. I think that all the plushes in here are adorable. I think most, if not all of them, are based on like existing characters. Unico, there's your Persona. I think I recognize these two, and yeah, I think that's great. I love little attention to details like that. I think that is exactly spot on. I will say I'm a little bit confused by the perspective of the actual saucer. I'm assuming like, I figured it would kind of be like this rather than be like this, if that makes sense. Like, if you look in your piece, it's sort of like, and then, I guess the arm, I guess it's dangling around, but then I guess that would mean that the piece would have to kind of be over here. It basically looks like that the perspective's a little bit confused on it, if that adds up. Like, it should probably look something a little bit more like this. Though, admittedly, I'm not getting it right. I'm not exactly getting it right, but if it's supposed to be dangling, something like that. And then the arms kind of going in from under, and, you know, the usual thing. Something like that, I think. Because that also, even if we were to make it kind of dangling a little bit more, it works with the perspective on Unico here. I'm actually just gonna... I'm just gonna be a cheap bitch, and I'm just gonna, like, move that over here. It does help with the perspective on Unico a little bit, because Unico almost kind of looks like it's like dangling, kind of moving around a little bit, if that makes sense. Swinging, hello. Hello, would you like to set up your Ponzi Buddy account? Later, Ponzi Buddy. Alrighty, I will be right here. So the characters and the machine seem to be out of alignment. Does that make sense? If I were to move in the same room they would look like they are standing to the side of the machine. Yes, this is a piece I did 2 years ago. I will... Okay. Folds arms. Oh no, what have I done? I've incurred the wrath of Bonzi Buddy. I will say, again, for 2 years, man, damn, you're doing, like, really good. I mean, to be fair, I've always admired your art. It is still great. And admittedly, the thing that, that style brings up with them being out of alignment, I didn't even notice. I probably would have made the same mistake, honestly. I didn't even notice. And even so, I'm still not 100% sure I understand. Like... Glares at Dr. Joshua. Oh, I get what you mean, style. But, I would also argue that, like, the machine itself could be, like, packed. So some of them might be to the side, and some of them might be in the front. So, like, imagine, if you will, it's like this box is where the plushies are. You could have some of them here. I'm not going to redraw the plushies because I think they're adorable. You could have some of them here, and that would be fine. And then... Folding his arms, about to make each video type the problem with antivirus software. I hear a train. Ooh, cool. I do love I like trains. So apologies for the fact that this doodle looks, that the plushies look terrible, but I don't just want to wholesale trace Styles art in this instance. And then you could have some, like, maybe like a little head. And then you could have like one over here that's facing in the opposite direction. Maybe like it's like a hyena and you give it like little little foofs on its back or something. I think just maybe turning one around might actually help a lot in that regard. If that makes any sense at all, Sayo. Other than that, yeah, it mostly looks good. I don't really think there's too much else to add. Wanted all the okay, there you go. That makes sense. In that case, I do think maybe if it's coming from Fox's end, our roommate is using a hand mixer. Oh, no, that's, no, I think they hear, like, a train. Okay, so yeah, if they wanted them all to face... You know what, that is completely valid. Maybe this would have been less dynamic, but maybe I would have had them all together. And then had some other ones in the background that are less distinct, like just kind of silhouettes. It's a train headed for the Mystic Ruins, it's departing soon. Like... Maybe I'll have them facing, like, this way or something. Maybe it would have been less dynamic. These are just suggestions. I'm not saying these are what you should have done. Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer to... crazy. They're a good suggestion. Thank you. Mystic Ruins, Sonic Adventure reference. Okay, I thought maybe they could hear the noise from the hand mixer. The Polar Express is just running early this year. No, it's the train from last stream that ran into my... Other than that, I like the character poses. I think they look really cute. I like the background. Yeah, not much else to say. Sayo, I think you did a really good job. The only real thing... Yeah, I like it a lot, too. The only real thing I think that could use a bit of fixing is the machine, and even then, it's mostly fine. Other than that, you did really good, my dude. Any questions? I thought that was a bus. Oh, yeah, it was a bus. It was both. Is there any questions you have, my dude? Thanks, Fox. I appreciate the peek. Lots of good ideas here. Alright, well, train bus. Alright, I'm gonna, save that. Trust. I don't like trust. That sounds like, I don't like that. Okie doke artichoke. Bane. Bane! 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 Did someone say Bane? Bane! Sorry. Alright, now we finished Sayo's piece. Since we didn't actually spend... I can't afford a carrot. I came to the carriage, but you look sweet upon and the sea of a bicycle wheel or two. That one brain cell in action. Borgie. Borgie! Alright, as per normal, we gotta put on history. We're not gonna, okay, so we're actually gonna, guys, we're gonna change up the format a little bit. We're actually not immediately gonna do Ken Pender's art because we didn't spend a lot of time on the Sayo piece. So instead, we're gonna move to another piece. This one done by, I don't know if Horsefinity is actually here right now. Bort! But a piece by Horsefinity, which is also quite good. I mean, to be fair, all of your guys' art, I think, is pretty good. So, this is a piece by Horsefinity. So my first thought for corrections is that, admittedly, maybe change the color of the leg a little bit, because, I don't know. Anyway, that aside, really nice piece here. I really like the kind of the attitude. I love the design. I love the tail. Box pops up. My name is welcome. I do like the pose, but I think we could push it even more. I'm assuming that this piece is meant to kind of communicate a sense of anguish. I do really hope that they're here, because they said that they could make it. Tail is great. Nice to meet you. I do really hope that they're here, because they did say that they were interested in shit, that they could show up. If they show up later, I'll just pull it up and be like, hey, we did your thing. So, I'm actually gonna... No, I said I'm going to spin. So, looking at it, it's pretty good. I do have a couple of notes, though. For starters, is it just me, or does the body seem kind of short? Is that just me? Am I just crazy? The body looks a little bit short. As do the legs. In general, I think that... I don't know what it is. Maybe that's kind of the... You know what? I think maybe the leg... No. See, I kind of have to think about it for a minute. Is it the body that's too short, or is it the limbs that are too short? It's probably very easy to tell what I like from what I draw. So this is the first time we're meeting. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. Registration bot pops up. I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. Is this a feral piece instead of anthro? Yeah, it is more feral, yes. You know what? We're gonna run with making the body a little bit longer, and we'll see where that takes us. I should mention I am not super familiar with feral anatomy and that sort of thing, so I'm actually gonna pull up. I'm assuming this is like a wolf. I'm just gonna pull up a wolf. I'm just gonna pull up a picture of a wolf and see what we can get. I am your friend, Bonzi Buddy. You know what? This is fine. Just a base. Oh, this one's blepping. Oh my goodness. So hang on. I'm just gonna wolf blep. Again, I'm assuming that this character is at least partially based on a wolf. It's like, see? He blep. Well, it's probably more like he's panning, but little tongue. I was gonna say that Miniwi appears to be short body and a long tail. Well, that is true. I do think that the tail has something to do with it, but there's just something about like the leg positioning and whatnot that also makes it look quite short. I'm in a constant stream of disappointment. That's a good wolf right there. It is, yes. But like if you look, a wolf's body isn't quite that stout. So if we're to turn upside down, I think having maybe the legs, I think maybe positioning them a little bit farther, and then kind of having them like this. I also noticed that like the knee placement doesn't exactly make a lot of sense. Like, okay, so I said that earlier. I think maybe recoloring the leg might have been a good idea. I think I got it. It's not actually the color that's been throwing me, because I thought it was. The color is drawing attention to it. The positioning of the leg is very strange. And I'm not sure if it's just shorter or what, but it looks a little weird. I have the ability to learn from you. Ah! The more we browse, search, and travel the internet together, that's what I become. Not that I'm not ready to more. So maybe sort of finding a place for like the legs to meet up. Like again, it's clearly supposed to have like some kind of perspective on it, but like something like that I think might help a little bit more. Just kind of lining them up. This is something that I do when I'm having difficulty with perspective, is I'll like line them up. Use a bunch of stuff. Those were into the chat. Shachach. I don't know what that means, and I'm terrified to find out. I think that the overall like composition of this is quite nice. Maybe I would, you know what, actually, I was going to say maybe kind of have it so that he's a little bit more straight, but I think actually, now that I'm looking at the way the kind of head is tilted, it does actually create kind of like a nice silhouette. How do I show my drawing here? Dresser, you put it in the art critique, also, hi Dresser, you put it in the art critique channel in the Discord, although I'm mostly focusing on art that's already been put in there before today, so if you do put it in there, you'll probably have to wait till next time. Or, if people want, they can provide their own critique in the channel, because that's something that I put in the description, but it doesn't seem to have shown up. That's something that you're allowed to do. You can, if you want, you can provide critique for other people. Hell, you can provide critique for my art, frankly. I'm always in the mood to learn, so... There you go. Because the internet can feel like a... I can now find what you were looking for. Alright, I need to focus. Thank you, Fembot, for reminding people that I do in fact accept tips. Tips are a great way to help support the stream and let me do things like live, as well as do things like buy better equipment, buy new games, and again, like I said, live. While these streams are free, it's a great way to help show your support. God damn. Especially since I just had to take out a bit of money from my PayPal, and unfortunately, yeah. You know what? I think I got my main kind of issue with the piece. All the limbs feel kind of lopsided. Like, I don't know if that's just because of how they're supposed to be positioned, but there's something about them, they look lopsided. Like if you look, knees and whatnot don't exactly in like arm joints. They don't really feel like that they meet up where they're supposed to. If that adds up. Happy gorilla sounds. couldn't help anyone with their art. I can't even help myself. I struggle with pretty much every aspect of art. Well, I mean, I do too. In fact, if anything, I actually find when I get introspective about art like this, it actually helps me a lot. I think just in general, what might have been a good idea for them to do would be maybe to... They probably did this, but, like, just to be safe, as you can see, I draw with, like, simple shapes and whatnot. I'm getting the impression that while they did that, they mostly kept it flat. Corgi and Bonzi, you're both cuties. And in some cases, that's fine, but for a more dramatic, detailed piece like this, I think maybe going a little bit more three-dimensional is probably a good idea. Admittedly, I'm not great at that, but in case you can't tell from my art, I go for... Thank you very much for the $5 donation from the Great Milk Steak. Ort! Happy Bonzi Buddy sounds. I'm assuming that's what a happy Bonzi Buddy sounds like. I don't know. Aw, shucks. I don't know what that emote that D just shared was, but I already kind of love it. Let me see it. Unex Ange. Oh, it's a cute. Oh, Unex Ange. It's cute. Probably Angel, like Angel or something. I don't know. Like a Dutchie. So I do kind of think that there is an issue with depth and whatnot in this piece. Is kind of my main concern. I think it is kind of noticeable with the head, but at first I figured it was a stylistic choice, but as I continue drawing through, I think that is kind of the main beeline. Now, admittedly, drawing heads like this is going to be a little bit difficult. But let's see if we can make it work. I actually don't know where Ange is, or don't know what Ange is, like some kind of ancient druid. Maybe Ange or something stands for ancient. I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with this content creator, so I couldn't tell you. Again, please forgive me. Perspective, hard. I might actually need to get rid of this for a second because it's actually making it harder. Do you wander too many strange and dark corners of the internet? No, actually, I don't. At least I don't feel like I do. We actually talked about this during the last art stream, but I don't really use DeviantArt all that often because it feels really weird to me. Like, the people there make me feel uncomfortable. And keep in mind, DeviantArt is, by the standards of the internet, unfortunately, pretty tame. But it's still, like, full of creeps and, like, weirdos. That's not to say that there aren't good people on that website. Again, I've met plenty of friends on that website. Great, awesome people. But there have been so many people on DeviantArt, more than almost any other website I've been on, who I felt like were more interested in objectifying me and getting overly close and personal than they were actually trying to pursue any kind of friendship or kinship, or they were interested in my art. And I do not like how this head is coming out, but you know what? Whatevs. The main thing I wanted to focus on was the body, because I do feel like that's kind of where the majority of the issues align. Like, I can't help but feel like that everything's a little lopsided. Now, again, admittedly, not a master of this sort of an so for all I know, maybe they were actually more right, and I'm just making myself look like an ass. But if we look at kind of the wolf, everything still kind of lines up in a way that makes that TNO subreddit, man. DeviantArt is owned by Wix, which is in Israel. Anyway. There's a website that has 3 skulls of various species they can actually position in perspective. Will show you the reference image in the perspective. I can send it to you if you need it at some point. Yes. I should probably have that. You know what? I actually know about it. That sounds familiar, but I'm dumb, and I just never use that. I do sometimes use the 3D modeler that that Clip Studio Paint has as reference for poses. Let's not get into that, please. Thank you. You see, now I'm noticing issues in my own piece. In particular, that the the legs are very, very thin. And could probably use a little bit of heft. It's always nice though, even when you're being introspective on other people's, or rather, when you're looking at other people's art, it's nice to still be introspective on yours. After all, I'm doing these to help with education. I'm not saying I am your edumacator, but I do like to think that I'm helping a little bit. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe all of this is hogwash, but again, not a teacher. I'm largely doing this for fun. Speaking of fun, are you guys having a good time? Yes! Oh, I'm glad. Let's get that big, magnificent tail out of the way. I think this is one of my favorite parts of the drawing, because it really does help to highlight. It's like some sort of shark wolf or something. That's a really, really cool design, and I feel like that the tail really helps sell it. There really isn't too much I would actually change about that. Actually, I'm going to alter where I positioned the tail, because I'm looking at it, and that would really muddy up the silhouette, I would think. Let's kind of... No. Kind of have it here. Alright, awesome. Thank you for putting that in the architect. That's actually a good place to put it. The stream is fun and relaxing as always. Hard not to have a good time. Oh, thank you, Leoko. Aw, me wanted to cause chaos. No, Lostman. There are some things we don't like that. We chat rules, please. Chaos is one thing when it involves something very touchy like that. I know that there's a time and a place. This is not that place. Cause chaos from being cursed. Exactly. Be cursed like the rest of us. For example, fear. Be cursed, but not in like the Butch Hartman Ken Penders way. Be like cursed in like the fun way. Okay. So, yeah, this is kind of my attempt at a redraw. I kind of don't like how the head came out. The head is very squished looking. I'm actually gonna, like, kind of fix it and play around with it and see what we can do. Because, honestly, it looks kind of... Yeah, you know what? Even just placing the nose there, I think if we just reshape the snout a little bit, it'll look a bit better. Kind of do that. Yeah, there we go. I think I think kind of the issue is kind of perspective and depth. The head is like faced completely that way. I don't remember what that angle is called. Side view. It's side view. Duh. The rest of it is more like a 3/4 angle, but there isn't really a place to suggest where that would start. As well as the fact that joints kind of feel misaligned in some areas. Beyond that, I really love the coloring on this piece. I think the design of the creature is awesome, and I love that tail. Oh, I love that tail. So that is my kind of red pencil on that. That red lining on that. It's largely depth related, and yeah, I'm just gonna put that. Depth. Alignment of limbs. Great design. Awesome coloring. All right, there we go. So that was 2 pieces of really good art that we commented on. Are you guys ready for more crap? The Downy Spit. I just spent the past 2 hours frying chicken. I can finally pay attention. Yay! Perhaps. Well, unfortunately for you wanting to pay attention, I have to use the restroom. So I gotta go do that first, I'm afraid. So, we will be right back after these messages. There are no messages. This stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend. I've been saving files for streaming just because I have a long time to clone hero. Coast cuts are coming close to the edge of tables without a coast. Lyoko, you madman! I'll just lay here resting my bones. The stream is sponsored by, Alright, let's bring on some eyesores! I already saved it. You bint. Don't be that way. Clone hero? It's basically Guitar Hero, but on the computer. Alright! I promised you guys Ken Pender's Digimon. Y'all gonna get Ken Pender's Digimon. Also, I found another piece that I think is a Ken Pender's piece of art. I'm not sure. Ah! No, perfect. I found a higher resolution of the image I was looking for. I promised you guys Ken Pender's Digimon art. You guys are gonna get Ken Pender's Digimon art. So, question 1. Would anyone care to tell me where this image is supposed to begin and where this image is supposed to end? Yeah, Scream. That's appropriate. Because the only reason I can tell is because I'm familiar with the character designs. Oh. In the trash. Stopping the rhythm of Digimon theme. Gross. I just noticed what's his name is wearing like a Native American outfit for his Halloween costume. Anyway, does the trash in fact have spare eyes? Yes, but unfortunately they were drawn by Ken Penders, so they all look weird and lopsided. This is gonna sound really odd, but you wanna know what this art reminds me of? This is gonna be really weird, before we redline, this is gonna be really weird. Have you ever heard of the Rap City Street Kids? Believe it's Santa Claus? Yes! Okay. They look like 2D art of the Rap City Street Kids characters. Let me see if I can find, like, a good image of all of them lined up. Like from the Great Grandma, you always know just what to say. Okay, so I know we don't like the Nostalgia Critic anymore, but something for nothing, I will say that his thumbnail for the Rap City Street Kids video is fantastic because it's literally the exact same reaction I had when I first saw it. If you want a more visceral reaction than that one image, you're not gonna get it. Like, it looks like his eyes are legitimately melting. Alright, you know what? This is the best I can do. I couldn't find the image of all the characters standing together. I see it. I saw someone review it on YouTube. Oh yes, Fox bans political socialism about this crime against humanity. Hey-oh! Okay, look. This is a crime against all of humanity. Anyway, so yeah. It looks like the 2D version of something like this. Like, am I the only one who sees this? That it looks like Rap City Street Kids Believe in Santa? Am I the only one seeing this? Is that just me? Why does this art look like a low-res early 3D? That's why I'm thinking it looks like low-res, like bad, like old 3D. Like very, but like done really poorly, like Rap City Street Kids here. Lossman says it's just you. Sayo says that he sees it. What does everyone else think? I just realized I wasn't pitching my voice. I kind of see it. Okay, so we've got a yes, a no, and an Internet's finally back. Hi, D. It's like polygonal, but 2D. That Pokemon TCG. Yes! Yes! You know what? That's actually a far more apt comparison. Like, yeah, that's a far more apt comparison, I'd say. Like that Pokemon TCG. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, yeah, Ken Penders has this, this mouth, that he would sometimes draw on characters. And it was usually that. Oh! Oh, no! Click, and I would believe you. Yeah, it does kind of look like it comes from, like, a low, like a terrible, like, indie point and click. So we're gonna try our best here, but how do you fix this? How do you fix this? Alright, I'm gonna just try and get... I'm mostly gonna focus on the kids' faces, because I think that's where it's the most obviously... What?! Alright, other than the colors, but we're not talking about colors. Just, Ken, buddy, bevel for your lighting and shading, don't do it. He's gonna eat us! So, I'm just gonna try and see if I can salvage this while still keeping to Ken's general awful art style. If you guys have any suggestions on how to fix this, please, for the love of God, let me know. I click off for 1 second trying to go and do music and thinking, what did I just see? Ken Pender's artwork. Or do you mean these from the Pokemon TCG video? Which looks like this. Gotta catch them all. So for starters, I can't help but feel like that the faces themselves are very flat. Like, I noticed that Ken Penders has that problem. Like, if you look, it just kind of looks like that they flatly exist on a flat piece of face. There's no depth to them. Facial planes is a good place to start, which you already seem to be doing. Yeah, they really do need... He really does need to work on his facial planes, because, my god, flat. Flat, bro. Flat. We need new music. And, oh, I do not like some of the YouTube thumbnails connected to that TCG. Anyway... I don't know if we already listened to this. Sure. The girl looks happy for some reason. She's really happy to be attacked by, Myotismon. That is Myotismon. Sayo, you know better than me. That is Myotismon, yeah? Zoom out. That is Myotismon. Yes, that's him. Okay, I figured it was Myotismon. I wanted to be sure, because I'm not really into Digimon, right? I mean, I know these characters. I know who they're supposed to be. I couldn't tell you all of their names. I know that's Matt. I think that's Izzy. I don't remember your name, and I don't remember your name. Think you're lagging? Oh, sorry. You managed to break a foot. Style. No! Lyoko, you fool. He's the one turning them into Penders. Actually, he's probably the best drawn character on here, except for the fact that certain details about him don't look like they were actually finished. But he's probably the least disgusting looking one. How did you break it? TK and Joe. Okay, thank you. You know what might help, actually? Having, like, Digimon... Having, like, the character art might help. Ah, Jesus! I don't know why Matt's wearing purple. I don't remember him wearing purple, but alright. Oh, they included Kari. That's fun. Like, why isn't, Oh! No, her name is Mimi, I think. Not Izzy. Her name is Mimi. Izzy was this character. I think she was Sora. And obviously this is Ty. Am I about on the money? If it's tip of the prong snapped off, and no, it's not metal. Okay. Alright, that makes more sense. How strong did you bite it? I don't care if it was plastic. What were you doing? Okay, so I kind of get what Ken's going for some of this. But, like, I kind of get the impression that, like, he just didn't know how to draw these characters very well. To be fair, neither do I. I'm trying my best here. And something that bothers me is I'm not getting a lot of their personality out of this. Like, Matt's all like, oh! I don't think that's how Matt would react. Admittedly, I'm not all that familiar, but well, I mean, I'm familiar enough to know that I'm pretty sure that's not how Matt would react. I'm pretty sure he'd be all like, nah. Or if he was running, he'd be like gritting his teeth and like, no, we gotta run and stay safe. If anyone was gonna react like, oh, it would probably be a Joe, if I remember correctly. The one who looks like me. And probably acts like me, too. Anyway. The rabbit fears your strength. You know the Digimon roleplay, like we made it? I do, yes. And I had, like, and guys, you wanna hear something great? My character, as part of that RP group that we were, his crest was darkness. You guys want to make fun of me for Edge, feel free. Okay, where's his... What are these proportions? Joe's head... Joe's body is so tiny compared to his head. What is this? Like, help me here. He's one of the taller characters. Why? Why is it proportioned like that? He's proportioned like a baby. I just noticed that. I'm gonna maybe try and draw him like running. Maybe move the sketch up a little bit. Keyblade! Darkness. Yo, Joe was like low-key one of the best characters. Hello, hi lethargic monkey, how are you doing? Clarification, it was not plastic, it was metal. I kid you not. No, it's an old fork, I guess. So it was only style. I can't mock for Edge after finding out some playlist for my old edgy Roblox RP fingers. Most of the others in our exact same song. Oh no! I'm gonna try and draw him like running away. I don't know if I'm gonna emulate that costume because it's a bit contentious, but I will at the very least draw him running. Like just. This is a piece of Ken Pender's artwork that we're redlining over. I don't know how much of this one I'm gonna do because there's a lot. I kind of just wanted to show it off because it's so perplexing. Like, for starters, Ken Pender's got to start... It's so odd because Ken Penders, he got his... Hi, Malice! Have you tried Newgrounds? Dude, it was crazy edgy. They aren't anymore. How do you mean Newgrounds? But, Ken Penders... He actually got to start doing Star Trek comics, which actually makes sense, because he's like, you can even tell from his writing, he's like a stupid huge Star Trek fan. Like, you can tell. even in like Sonic, there's like little references to Star Trek all over the place. You can tell he is a big Star Trek fan. And you know what? His Star Trek art was not terrible. It wasn't like amazing. It was pretty standard, but like there was depth, there was perspective, the inking was pretty good. It was like, yeah, it was serviceable. It all makes sense now. I'm gonna pop out for a quick section, be back with a few minutes. Okay, Kaze, see you then. Star Trek, Sonic, Digimon. I see the connection. Toxic fan bases. Well, actually, Digimon, from what I understand, isn't too bad. But and I mean, Sonic used to be way worse than it is. But unfortunately, Star Trek it's one of those where it's like one of the classic. Now, I cannot get this pose right. To be fair, this is a very strange composition. It's very bundled. Like I said, where are my eyes supposed to begin? You know, like where are they supposed to go? Here's the following: Ken Pender's Animal Crossing. No. No, I don't want him drawing Cherry. As for his costume, I don't know, just wizard. There, just let's avoid that landmine. More crunch. Okay, now we're gonna give Mimi a shot here, but man, I don't know, man. I think we're just gonna do Joe and Mimi, because I mean, like, this is taking a while. Lyoko, I see your Ken Pender's Animal Crossing gives you Ken Pender's version of Barrel. Ah! 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 If I ever go to the deep end, Fox, I give you version I'm gonna slap you across the face. Deep end of what? Ken Penders? Like Penders, oh god. If I ever end up like Ken Penders, I give people the permission to call me out, by the way, for being an asshole. I mean, you should do it anyway. I mean, like, I mean, even whether I give you permission or not, you should do it anyway. But, like, you know what I mean. Gee, I need to remove this for a second, because, oh my god. God, even the butch pieces, I could usually be like, okay, I understand why this happened. I don't understand how anyone thought this was okay. They hit you like a guy gets it. Like, I don't understand how anyone thought this was finished. It looks so, oh my god, everything looks so oily and gross. Just, ugh, I don't, why? Those eyes, I know. Well, it is easy to understand and trace peace over this mess. I'd still rather something like this, because I mean, at least Ken, as far as I know, at least he didn't steal any piece of this art. I might be wrong, but considering, you know, reminds me of boiled chicken. Boiled chicken would be better than this. I'm suddenly in the mood for a huge tail all of a sudden. I have a problem. Wow, really? You want a huge tail? Who would have thought? What would Ken Pender's version of Piss Clifford look? I am not prepared. I am not prepared. God, no, it's so much harder with the actual art on. I should just be going full ham. It's just easier that way. Actually change the positioning of Joe's eyes. Oh my god! Don't choke on right. Style! Oh my goodness! Stop almost dying! It's actually hard to talk about the Ken Pender's art, because I'm like looking at it, and it's like, where do I start? Like, I'm gonna get rid of the, like, where do you start with it? Like, what do you start to fix? Right? Like, I started with Joe, but like, Rave, you're a cutie. It's good to see you. We're making fun of Ken Penders right now. We'll be getting back to, community critique in just a minute. Heck yeah! Leoka Wonder, you are in fact a cutie! Where do you start? You click X in the top right or the delete key. You use the eraser tool and you start over. Even the composition is a mess. Like, I didn't even realize there was grass in the background that, for the record, I should just point out has a whole bunch of white pixely jaggies behind it, and not just because it's a JPEG. Also, the perspective of complete nonsense, because there's a stair that goes this way, but then one that goes that way, and then the rest of them go that way. What happened here? Like, I think... No, I don't understand. What happened? But then this step goes that... What happened, Kenneth? Kenneth! You delete and then go to your Knuckles play machine for more original OCs. Ugh, man, you know what? These two do need to be running from something, so I am gonna give them something to run from. Let me just, Wow, I did not even try with that hat. Let's, Admittedly, I've always found hats to be, like, an absolute pain in the ass. That's why you don't see a lot of my characters with hats. I do have characters with hats, but... Also, I think she has, like, long-ass hair. I don't remember. Or it's, like, tied up in the back. I don't know. I'll just leave it like that, and fans can feel free to correct me if they want. That's the wall. Is it the wall? I honestly can't tell. No, that's the wall. This is the stairwell. Like, if this is the wall... Alright, so there's perspective. The first step makes sense. Like, at least I think it does. That makes sense. The second one also makes sense. And then there's this one. Like, what? Oh, wait. I think I know what happened. Kenneth. This is meant to be a longer step. But the coloration makes it... And even then, the perspective is still wrong, but, like... Okay, I get it. But... Oh, no, wait! Because, like, look! What the hell? Because then the step goes that way, but then there's immediately another step that... Kenneth! What? That's my guess. There's a wall? Yeah, it's hard to tell, right? Especially when these bats are the exact same color as the sky. So it made me think for a second that parts of the house were missing. Oh my god, this is terrible. All right, I'm gonna just hang on. Here, this is what they're running from. This is what they're running from, okay? I'm not even bothering to look at the picture. I have to tell my head to look at this. That dumb meme. Yes, that dumb meme. Haha, Jonathan, you are banging my daughter. Alright, I'm done with this. I just, Kenneth. I didn't do the whole thing. We'd be here all night. Oh my god. I think that's worse than anything we looked at it with Butch. Like, I think this might be so far the worst thing we've looked at on this. Alright, anyway. That's that. Fox is doing a better job by principle. Thank you. Alright, so let's go back to something good. We need to cure our eyes. Let's do a peace dump by D. Now, admittedly, I'm looking at the maybe not that one, because I'm looking at it's kind of NSF. It's not NSFW, but it's definitely Oh dear, those are the only 2 pieces you've shared. I don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish by doing that, but alright. It's like literally, I'm gonna keep spamming the same message over and over again. I literally have the ban thing right there. Like, I really don't know what they thought they were going to accomplish. I mean, I guess it does show up in the VOD chat. Oh no! Jesus Christ. Alright, well, this one's interesting. This one by DC. From a while ago. This is of a boss character from a game that it's more just like the we'll do like D after this then. I'll pick one of the D poses and we'll do it after. If people are okay, like it's more I just wanted to make sure. Anyway, so this one's interesting because this is a reinterpretation of their reinterpretation. So the idea is that they wanted me to kind of, I guess, I don't even think we really need to, I'm actually not going to red pen this one, I'm going to red pen this one. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to delete that, and we're actually going to, copy the original boss, because they requested to see if I could make more sense out of it than they did. So that's actually super interesting, and I want to give that a kind of a whirl. So let's try red penning it and see what we get. So I think the main issue with this is that all the textures are very similar in it's very monochromatic, which makes it kind of hard to parse where certain pieces are supposed to go and how the character is actually supposed to be built. It looks more like a solid piece than a character, if that makes sense. And I guess it would make sense it's a rock, but having a bit of different kind of having some more value change and whatnot would probably help a little bit. Transphobe, yeah. Those comments are stupid and hateful, the app crashed. Oh, we have 20 views. We banned someone and we get 20 views. Dab. So here's how I'm going to try and interpret this character. Lyoko, don't misspell simple words challenge. So here's how I'm going to try and interpret this character, and then we'll compare it to DC's and kind of see where both of our thought processes were. I missed something. Some transphobic troll came in the chat and literally just kept posting the same message over and over again. F you trans people, blah, over and over and over again. And then I just banned them. Because I have a ban button right there. They literally accomplished nothing. Clearly, like, a troll. Like, it was clearly a troll. Yeah, what a loser. Just, like, it was clearly a troll. I guarantee you they only are doing that to stir the pot. But, like... I mean, it made for a funny diversion. You didn't miss anything. Was it the teen LGBT? Oh yeah, no, they intentionally left out the T part of LGB. They just put LGB. That was on purpose. They were trying to get a rise out of me. Let's move on. is what they want, so meh. Yes, is a golem. And this is interesting, because DC drew their interpretation of how they figured this character was supposed to be, and then they wanted me to kind of do mine. This was posted last time, but I never got around to it, so I hope DC enjoys this, if they're watching. You gotta jump with it. Yeah. Anyway, I jump with what? Like this thing? I don't know what this is from, unfortunately, so... Boss? Is that the name of the game? Yeah, Sandopolis, but... Wait, this is from... What? Wait a second. Oh my god, you're right! It is the Guardian! It is the Guardian, you're right! How did I forget that? That is so funny. I'm always the Sonic one, and I completely forgot that this is the Guardian. Like, I don't remember the Guardian looking like this. Oh, that's so funny. That's so weird, because if I'm being honest, the sprite art is kind of not great. It's not awful, but, like, I feel like that there isn't enough difference in value going on here. And it doesn't help that when you fight it is, like, against another stony... It's admittedly a far brighter, more yellow stony background, but it's still, like, a stony, sandy background. So, okay. That's probably why I forgot what it looked like. Okay. Alright. It almost doesn't look like it came from Sonic and Knuckles, does it? Like, look at it. It doesn't really look like it came from Sonic and Knuckles. Like, it doesn't look like it came from Sonic 3 Knuckles at all. The music stopped. I should probably, That is so wacky. That's embarrassing, actually. I love Sonic 3 and Knuckles. How did I not notice that this was the Guardian from that game? That thing scared me as a kid. You want to know what? I'm pretty sure the boss, the Egg Golem from SA2, is supposed to be this thing. Or at the very least, it's supposed to has to be connected to this thing. Considering, let's be real, the desert is supposed to be Standopolis. I'm not really sure where else it's supposed to be. Yeah, it did just kind of look like it came out of some generic 4th gen game. And considering how nice the sprite art in the Sonic games is, it's like... What's this? Oh, it's the, Mega Collection music, but at 432 hertz. I think we listened to this earlier, so let's, Is the desert in SA2 supposed to be on Angel Island? I mean, maybe. I don't see why it wouldn't be. But then again, if it's on the place, that I don't know. Yeah, you know what? No, probably not, because it's on part of the world map. Probably not, then. Egg Golem did look pretty cool, yeah. But still, considering that, you know, desert area controlled by Eggman. The town themes from Dragoons would be nice to listen to. Oh, actually, yeah. Thank you, Style. The game said unknown place. I'm trying to remember the main kind of town I remember. Oh. I do want to listen to the pause menu theme first because, oh, it's so good. If you guys haven't played Legend of Dragoon, I have no idea if it holds up, but the music is so good. Fun fact, they were going to add in darts as a character in PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale as DLC, but because no one cared about that game, it never got made. Another character they were going to add was apparently Shadow the Hedgehog. So Super Smash Bros. Would have had Sonic, and PlayStation All-Stars would have had Shadow. That would have been really interesting. But none of the DLC characters ever got made. As far as I know, I think some of some of the post-release DLC characters, I think the game unfortunately had some DLC characters at launch because that was just the in vogue thing to do, and it still kind of is. No, not good. If it wasn't short on cash, I commissioned them when they next open. Aw, thank you. Alright, so I'd say here's kind of my interpretation of the Guardian. It's not quite done yet, but, you kind of get the idea. I kind of get the impression that a DC saw them as more like an organic character wearing armor. Whereas I figured they're like the Egg Golem. They're like a rock thing. Probably a robot. Legend of Dragoon is still good? Good to hear. I remember watching my brother play it, and I played a bit of it, but I remember watching my brother play it. I love the music. If it wasn't short on cash, it does explode when it falls into quicksand. Yeah, so I figured it's like a machine, maybe controlled by Dr. Eggman, or it's like an ancient civilization machine, because ancient civilizations always have better better technology than us for some reason. It could be something like that, you know. I mean, Eggman does mention in SA2 when you're fighting the Egg Golem, when Sonic struck his head, he must have broken the restraining mechanism. So clearly that thing already existed. It wasn't something Eggman made. Shout out to Dr. JoshFox, the incredible. Not gonna say that. Fennec with much talent. And oh, thank you, Style. I'm not cute. But yeah, here's kind of my interpretation. As you can see, I figured it was more like a machine or something like that. So this one is less of a critique of their interpretation, although maybe adding a little bit of extra depth would have hurt. But from what I understand, this was a very quick kind of doodle. Fox, please. No. Anyway, since we're listening to Dragoon music, sing If You Still Believe. Love that song so much. I don't know how to sing that song. So, as per normal, I'm a talk sing it. I had a dream that I could fly. I could feel each moment as time goes by. We never been too far. You always be here. I heard you say. I never thought that it would be our last goodbye. I still can dream that one day love will fall from the sky. Thank you for petting Fembot. Do you still remember all the time that has gone by? Do you still believe that love can fall out from the sky? If you still believe in love, in me do you believe? Fox is gonna accidentally end up getting a huge music repertoire unintentionally. All I'm doing is sing-talking. I'm not even talking, I'm just reading it. Anyway, I actually have to go grab some water, because my throat is dry because I've been talking a lot. I'll be right back. Not cute. Also, yes, Renil Varos. Legend of Dragoon pause music, as suggested by I believe it was Leoko who suggested it. Vibes. They fell! I can't believe I died. Anyway, so yeah. Not much else to say. This was fun. This was kind of interesting comparing our kind of ideas. I'm just gonna change the canvas because the lopsidedness is bothering me. I won't deny that my arc is a bit clearly showing my particular interests. Tails and Tums. So we are gonna, I'm actually gonna take a minute and just kind of relax. Just as a gentle reminder to the folks watching, I do in fact accept tips. Tips are a great way to help support the stream. They help me do things like buy better equipment, buy new games, and more importantly, live. And let me even begin streaming to begin with. I'm a little low on the green right now because I had to take out a fairly large cash transfer from my PayPal. And with commissions being closed, donations and subscriptions are my source of income, right? So, yeah, very much would be appreciated. Someday I'll do something like open the Patreon or something. I don't know. Oh, actually, while we're vibing, do you guys want to see something? It's something cool that I did today. Sure? Yeah, don't. It's nothing cursed. It's something actually really good, and I'm very proud of myself for starting to do it. So you guys know how I was making a webcomic, right? Or I keep talking about making a webcomic. And then I've had this idea on the back burner for like 10 years, and I've tried to do it, and I stopped, and I tried to do it, and I stopped. And basically since then, I haven't really been working on it. Well, it's not much. But I've begun working on the storyboards. This would be page 1. This would be page 2. Can we get a VAW of your comic if it ever comes out? Spooky. Ah! I love those A's. Oh my god. Hey, thank you very much for the $5 donation from Sayo! My dude, thank you! You're amazing! And here is storyboard page 3. Gotcha, fam! Thank you very much. And I'm thinking, if you guys want, I could stream myself working on it every now and again. And give you kind of a taste and idea of the progress. How would you guys feel about that? Yes, Queen! It's left over from my subscription from Johnny, which will end in the middle of them. Oh, is that a song called me Johnny Emo? That means I have access to it! Yes, I have access to it! That would be cool. Sure. Do it. That'd be rad. Awesome. Okay. So, not sure when we'll figure that out. It won't be a new stream date. But I figure, like, every week or two, we can find it. We can put aside some time and work on Bad Vibe. So, yeah. Again, page 1, storyboard. Page 2, storyboard. Page 3. So yeah, I'm super excited. Like I said, I've already finished like 3 drafts of the original script, so the emo came from a Sonic Hero. I mean, that makes sense. It does look like Sonic Heroes. Anyway, I think that's enough vibing for now. What say we grab someone else's comm, because we didn't spend a lot of time on the Rock Golem. Let's take a look at a work done by D. This one, I would say. Let's take a look at this cutie. Now, you can maybe potentially see why I was a bit apprehensive first, but honestly, it's fine. I'm just being a bitch. Tail! I remember back when he didn't hear us with SUV, alternative title, you're not effing done. Oh, you're never done with Sonic Heroes. You think you are, but you're never done. Big tail. Feels amazing, man. So, I'm gonna need kind of a minute, because... D, this is really good. I do notice, actually, liner's a little bit more jaggy on this one, I noticed. I kind of like it. I mean, I do also really like your super smooth line work, but I actually kind of like this also kind of jaggy kind of look. It's nice. What can I say? Sometimes I'm a sucker for jaggy line work. So, I think maybe what I would do is... I tend to use binary brushes nowadays. Ah, fair enough. I think maybe I would curl up the pose a little bit. Just to kind of create like a cleaner silhouette. Though admittedly, I'm probably going to mess up what I'm trying to get at here. It's a very nice piece for several reasons. Don't bug me, I swear. Not only do we have the newspaper, we've got the water bottle. Tread carefully. Salty corn, the foxes are fighting again. I don't know what salty corn is. I'm assuming maybe that's like an emote I don't have access to. I could have done more with it, but that's honestly would have been in the way. Yeah, I'm just trying to... The main thing is just kind of trying to make the silhouette a little bit more clear, but admittedly this might kind of take a minute. I think as cute as the... Well, no, because actually I really like the crossing of the Pete thing. I'm just gonna kind of roll with it and see what we come up with. A PTTV emote on popcorn. I could have done more with it. Oh, P. Oh no, P equal. Well, nah. Yeah, exactly. It's not as weird or as gross because it's just a cute fluff, you know. It's just a cute fluff being a cute fluff. Beams. Yes, supreme beams. Zero is a big ol' collar, beambuses. 0-year-old Sona, yeah? Biggest downside is having a bun Sona, no beans. I mean, you can do it anyway. I mean, my character has beans, but if I remember correctly, Fennecs don't actually have visible beans. They're covered by their fluff. I do it anyway because screw it. I mean, he's already on. She's already on 2 feet at this point. You just roll with it, man. I am not sure how I'm feeling about this red line. Like, I'm looking at it, and I don't know. This is why I can't be a teacher. I'm actively questioning my own advice. It really is just honestly the silhouette. I think everything else is fine. I love the design. The actual like pose is pretty cute. It's just kind of figuring out how to make it, I think, a little bit more clear in silhouette. And even then, I'm not sure I'm doing a great job of that. I think maybe just kind of pushing out the hands a little bit, or the arms a little bit, making them a little bit more exaggerated, could help. I should probably go back to putting on some music. That's why I like being a dragon. Anime doesn't mean jack, because I'm a dragon. Icy Dirk. God had to give you some kind of nerf. Here, I think this is a playlist of nothing but towns and cities. Cuteness nerf? No! And thank you, Fembot, again, for reminding people that I do in fact accept tips. Yeah, I don't think I did a very good job with this. I'm sorry. It really doesn't look that much. It really doesn't. Nah. That's kind of unfortunate. That's kind of this the nature of these. These aren't always going to come out like really looking any better sometimes. Consider it a compliment. It means congratulations, you beat the artist. You win. I don't know, what should people win when they do that? SC55? I did consider playing with their tails. Why I don't know if that would have done anything for the picture. Gold. What's SC55? Oh, it's a sun. Yes. You stumped the artist, you won more beans. Like, I don't know. Yeah, no, bro, you did good. There's not really much I can fix. Sorry. Do it for 3 or 4. Usually 3. That's usually how I draw characters, but like, whatevs. I'm not super picky. I'm at least gonna see if I can finish it, D. Pete's. And then, yes, that loud echo is included on that. I'm not much of a Pete's person myself. Publicis. Big box Pete's. This track is pretty good, though. Well, like, yeah, in general, Ledger Dragoon is pretty boppin' music, so that's always fun. So how are people in the chat doing? I know we're getting a little quiet. I think we're probably gonna wrap up soon. I mean, I'm getting a bit T-word. Hey, I'm glad. Hey, I'm less pissed than you were. Hey, I'm glad. Vibing with a broken fork. Join the stream and tunes while I work. Awesome. I hope that whatever you draw, dreed, ended up coming out really good. I'm good. Probably gonna head out though. All right, sounds good. See you later, Lyokos. Good seeing you. Bye bye though. Okay, so like I said, I kind of tried to change up the silhouette a little bit. I still think I kind of messed up on like where the holding the legs thing. But here's kind of my idea. I decided to make it so that the tail kind of rounds about back to the Pete's. A, because it helps kind of draw emphasis with the Pete's, while still also having emphasis on the tail, because the tail's kind of a natural guy. You look around and you go, oh, Pete! You know? That way, while this is still good, the tail and the Peach are kind of acting separately from each other. I'll send you the stuff I'm working on after the stream. It's a bit spot. Oh. Alright, good night, Milksteak. Bye, Leo. Drawing. Whereas here, it's like, it still emphasizes the size of the tail, yes. I could actually make it a little bit thicker. But also, it points back to the Pete's. So they're working back together. Secondly, is that round is generally considered a nice, friendly shape. So it's basically just one big circle. Round is shape, round is friend. So there. It took me a bit of doing, but I did kind of finally figure out how I wanted to go about recomposing this piece. Otherwise, I think you did a really good job. I think this is a really nice piece, and there's very little I would actually change about it. Round Senpai. Yes. So, we're just gonna take another second to just kind of relax. So do you guys hear that Butch Hartman launched Oaxis? It couldn't possibly be anyone's senpai. Well, senpai technically only means person who is older. But did you guys hear that? Yeah, he actually managed to. But you want to know what's great about Oaxis? You want to know what's actually on there? Regurgitated YouTube content. Premium content. Yeah. Let me see if I can find like the actual like honest to God website. Oaxis Entertainment Home. You get two options. Get started and browse Oaxis, as well as login and browse. I should mention that login and browse are both placed in very awkward places, which really clash against the otherwise actually fairly clean graphic design. And also, for some reason, the search bar is very small. You can also enter your email. And it's got like 5 different... Okay, so maybe the graphic design isn't that great after all, because I'm looking down, and for some reason, legal terms and privacy policy all look like that they're slightly different font sizes? It's very strange. I cannot believe the guy who wrote and played Cosmo and Fairly Odd Parents in a diehard Christian who lobbied to launch a Christian streaming service. That's how it be, man. Let's try Browse Oaxis now. Oh, it just takes you back to the homepage. Like here, hang on. I'm sorry, I know I'm interrupting, like, the stream, and that really we should be focusing on, like, the stream, but I just want to, Sorry, folks, I'm just... No! I died for a second. No, that's just Streamlabs again. Thank you, the Oaxis website. Don't mind if I do. You do not go no longer since Square Enix, so it's not surprising, so kind of a shame. Yeah, I'm not all that surprised, frankly. There we go. So, here's the Oaxis website. If you click Browse Oaxis, it doesn't bring you anywhere. It just brings you back to home. That's a great start. Put the remote down, escape, and catch your breath. Welcome to where parents can feel confident about turning on a screen without worrying about what their kids will see. Oaxis made the screen safe with entertainment that brings families together and makes values cool. First of all, values cool. Butch, alright there. Yeah, what values are those? Second of all, and I can't stress this enough, Oaxis exists so that parents don't have to actually parent. Endless options, easy to navigate categories. Enter your email address. There's nothing further on that. Enter your email address to be notified when Oaxis Early Access is available, but it's launched. I thought it was. Okay, never mind. That's it. I can log in. I guess I can go to browse and see what it comes up. No, it just brings me back here. Let's try log in. I guess that just logs me in. Here, I'm just gonna type in on the broken-ass search bar. The search bar doesn't work. So if I want to see anything, I guess I have to make an account, but where do I make an account? There's login, but there's no... What? What is this? Nothing works. Butch! Butch! Alright. That's enough of that. I think you guys get the gist. Wow. Wow. Like, the website itself doesn't even work. Yeah, it was butchered. Ew! Well-made website. Jesus Christ. Like, that can't be, like, it. Like... There's the Kickstarter. With a different logo, I should mention, which looks really, like, it does not look like it would belong to this service. And then there's a different thing called Oaxis. Alright. Council Wars, but one singular yike. Yeah, I give it at least 2 yikes, honestly. Alright, so... Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let us return to the land of Ken Penders. And I think it's time we take a look at his magnum anus. The Lara Sue Adventures. So, we're gonna start by showing you what the character looked like in the original Sonic continuity, as drawn by Ian Flynn. Not as originally drawn by Ken Penders, admittedly, but... I'm just looking for a decent quality. Let me... You know what? This is alright. Let's copy this. Now, I will say the design itself isn't exactly inspired. If you look, it's just a gender-bent Knuckles with dyed hair. It's really nothing all that special. Magnum anus made me throw my stylus. The council can only afford the charity of 1 yike, or anything greater may cause a disturbance in the space-time continuum. Oh no. So, as you can see, the design itself is not great. It's just Knuckles with a wig and a woman. But there's a certain aesthetic appeal to the character, right? It's that Sonic look, and I don't know, I think even though it's not a great design, I think the actual art is pretty good. I think that you could, if you rework this a little bit, make this into an appealing character design. Now, naturally, when Ken sued Archie and Sega over the use of the characters that he made, I actually thought she was... Oh, no, as a character, she's great. It's just the design or the character was great after Kenneth Penders left. But After Kenneth sued Archie and Sega because they were using his characters, which he technically owned the rights to. I say technically because the only reason he got away with it was because Archie's contracts were so poorly phrased and written. So Ken took advantage of it. If this was any other company, he wouldn't have owned the rights to these characters, especially since they're so intrinsically tied into the Sonic the Hedgehog style and the universe that was being established. For the record, when Kenneth did this at He1, they had to do some significant rewrites to the endangered species storyline, get rid of all the echidnas off screen, and then but there was so much baggage from Ken Penders because he wrote for so long, they had to reboot the timeline. They had to, using the fantastic Sonic and Mega Man crossover, they had to reboot the timeline. And then after that, they had to reboot the timeline again with IDW. And it has nothing to do with the Archie series. Because Archie... Excuse me. And again, Archie has, just Archie... it was a couple things. It was Sega and Archie breaking off their relationship because of Archie was going in a different direction with how it wanted to handle its comics, and it largely didn't want to do licensed stuff anymore. B, the Ken Pender stuff. They just decided it wasn't worth it anymore. I now see everything in time as a circle. But anyway, yeah, there is potential to redesigning this character. You could make it where, hell, you could make her an echidna, a Sonic-style echidna, and it would still work. Would you like to see how Ken Penders designed this character? Would you? Oh, good. Well, looking for it, and I'm not going to put it because I'm not sure of this character's age or how any of that would work with this character in the Lara Sue Chronicles, but there is a shot of her naked. Nothing is showing, but yeah. Don't want to, yeah, anyway. That's quite uncomfortable, Kenneth. Alright, so we know how Sega, character used to look. This is how Kenneth Penders redesigned her. As well as a few other characters, including a terrifying human, whoever the hell this is supposed to be, and Jeffrey St. John. We are mostly going to be focusing on Lara Sue. Because... do I need to comment? Weirdly flat, disgusting, humanoid face, giant soulless eyes, weird lumpy what is your guys'... I feel like you just got worse at drawing over time. What is your guys' favorite, part of this? Actually, I found yet another... oh, God! It looks even worse! Ah! Hang on. Nothing. I think that's my sleep paralysis demon. I like her overly long buff neck. I like the fact that she has no detail on it. There's no music right now. Shiny clothes. Yeah, I'm actually gonna... Sorry, I'm just gonna give you guys kind of some time to absorb this. I think now I understand why Ken Penders doesn't make characters emote, because every time he does, it makes it look like they want to murder you. I hate her disgusting lips. God, I hate her disgusting lips. What is this? Like, again, how? 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 Alright, Kenneth, we're gonna try and see if we can fix this character of yours while not making her look too much like a Sonic character. I think I will be basing it off of this pose. Though I'm not even sure I want to try and redline it, but you know what? I'm gonna give it the old college try. For starters, her neck does not need... I know she's supposed to be like an alien, and there are certain liberties you can take with a character design, but like... Braincell.exe has failed to restart. Please run away. Okay, I need to... only the very, very minimum. Okay, wait. Am I just, like, misseeing, or does it look less like her leg is bending? And more like that... Oh, by the way, tangent. Lovely. Anyway, is it just me, or does it look less like that her, leg is bending and more like just one is shorter than the other? Is that just me? I think a lot of it has to do with the way that her clothes are folded. It should probably be, like... I hate to say this for a Ken Penders drawing, but it should be a little bit more form-fitting, I would think, yeah? Or alternatively, if you wanted to be blowing in the wind, maybe a bit more, like... a bit more flowful, like this, you know? Anyway, let's continue redlining. Now, admittedly, I'm not great at drawing walking either, so I'm probably going to mess this up, but you know what? At least I tried. The shadow should be more pronounced on the left side. I think that would help, yeah. But it's also just like the positioning of the, like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that it feels like that she's, like, straight on. It doesn't feel like that her hips are kind of, like, it doesn't feel like that her hips are swayed to the side. It feels like she's just, like... And then that one just looks shorter than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, there should be a bit more, like, a bit more motion. It feels very stiff. Yeah. I'm also probably gonna change the outfit a little bit, because, I don't know, I don't like this outfit. This one's a bit better. But, like, I don't know, something about the combat skirt just looks weird to me, man. I don't think I'll make her, like the Sonic kind of type, where, or like the pre-reboot Sonic type, where the female characters didn't really wear clothes either. I'm probably gonna give her clothing, but I'll try and make it like, I don't know, we'll see. I think I don't even know what the story is, because it feels like it's always changing. I think it's like, hang on, I'm gonna look it up super quick. What the hell is the Lara Sue Chronicles about? Synopsis. Nothing. I can't find a single goddamn thing about what it's actually about. Yep. No, I'm not finding anything. So as far as I'm concerned, it's about nothing. Hey, we're being raided by Vermont! Hey guys, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are currently redlining over a piece of Ken Penders artwork. Would you guys like to see it? No? Too bad. Welcome to the jungle. We like fun and games. You Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Josh Fox. I'm a variety streamer who does everything from like games like RPGs and sim games and whatnot to art like we're doing today. Hi Tex! I love you, lol. We are, hello Moro to Silva. We are, excuse me, doing a community critique day, but right now, we're making fun of Ken Penders because we've been doing that in between. If you came in the raid, please, excuse me, don't forget to refresh so you're counted as both a proper viewer and a raid viewer. It's great to see y'all. So Tex, how are you doing? How was your, not Tex, Vermont, how was your stream? Oh, oh, congrats! That's incredible! Oh my god, that is so cool. Congrats! I'm so proud of you. Okay, I'm done redlining it. This is honestly way harder. Trying to keep with the anatomy and just I'm just gonna put it off to the side for reference, but I'm done redlining it. Unfortunately, it does mean it's in full resolution now, but you know. But how is everyone doing? Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Jade Zaid. Welcome to the Fox Den. Kick up your feet and relax. I promise the pendering won't be on for much longer, but like, look at this. Look at this. Thank you very much for the follow, Mousy the Demon God. I love the name. But yeah, Vermont, that's awesome. God, so many awesome people are here today. Mousy the Demigod, you are a cutie. I do need to increase the size of her walking appendage. All the good I know, right? Heck! Korg, you are a cutie. Walking appendage. Yeah, I mean... I feel like we've talked enough about, like, disgusting Sonic comic feet for one day, frankly. Already more dynamic. Thank you! I am trying. I really am. What I wanted to do is that something that Lara seems to have kind of lost in the Lara Sue Chronicles, but then again, we know nothing about it, is her kind of punky attitude that she had in the Sonic comics. I mean, she wasn't like super duper punky or anything, but that was definitely an element of it, and I kind of want to see if I can, and I kind of wanted to bring that back. I'm gonna shorten her legs a little bit, just a smidgen, not a lot, just a little bit. There we go. Chew Totes took the cute idea from the feathered cutie. Yes, I did take that from Feathered Flint, yeah. Or is always part of life. Just look down and you will see it. What are you talking about? Ah! 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 Anyway, hi folks who came in. I just realized I didn't do the proper introduction. I'm Dr. Josh Fox. I'm a gender fluid variety streamer, and I do everything from video games like sim games to shooters to RPGs to art like we're doing tonight. We're doing a community critique stream where people posted their art in the Discord channel, which, by the way, we do have a Discord, and people added it there, and we've been taking a look at them, some of them. However, in between, we've also been taking a look at the art and the artists, mad. We've been taking a look at the art of mad rambling comic book artist and writer. I say that in massive quotations. Kenneth Penders. Ken P. Penders. The P stands for pee-pee. Who, by the way, I don't normally like to go, like, and I've said this once or twice, I'm not normally in the habit of just going after content creators because I don't like their work, because, frankly, I think that's a little silly. Ken Penders kind of earns it, though, because he's kind of a jerk and a bad person. So, yeah. And apparently is just an absolute just prick, so, yeah. Very, very few qualms on my end, if I'm being honest. I don't want to spread any false information, of course. So we're keeping things nice and vague. Just in case. You never know. That's the thing. You never know. There are some things I definitely know for a fact. But the problem with a contentious figure like Ken Penders is sometimes, like, allegations get thrown all over the place. And you don't really know what to believe. So anyway, the thing about Lara Sue is that while she is, like, obviously modeled after the Sonic echidnas, she's apparently, like, an alien? I don't know. Again, there's so little information on the Lara Sue Chronicles and what it's actually about. Main things I know. Lara Sue's there. Julie Sue's also there, but now she's like all old for some reason. The villain is Anjarok. There's a character very, very, very loosely based on the Mobius 30 years later version of Knuckles. You can tell he doesn't want people to realize it's supposed to be the same character because he doesn't want to get in trouble with Sega. But yeah, it's a very similar character. So what I'm gonna try and do, as you can see, she has both hair and these kind of tentacles, but I'm not tentacle things, but I'm not really sure. I think maybe just keeping like the hair is, I think, enough, frankly, and then maybe having like here like having some things kind of in the front for her hair, so it's kind of like it's similar to the Knuckles kind of dreadlocks, but then having her the rest of them being kind of I'll kind of like change the angle of it, kind of tied together like so. So it still kind of has a similar idea going on. I don't mind the visor that she's got on, but I feel like it's a little bit clunky. I think the original glasses are a bit better. I think maybe trying to find like a happy middle, like making them kind of like more slick rather than the more traditional kind of glasses that she wears in the Arctic. Something like that. It makes it look a little bit more futuristic, you know? As for her outfit, I'm not a big fan of the battle dress. I don't know, or like skirt. I'm not always against battle skirts, I want to make that clear, but like, I don't know, there's just something about this one. It looks overly flimsy. It looks more like she's going on vacation. I think if she's supposed to be like a super heroine or something like that, maybe something that still here. Hi, Dresser, because I'm assuming that like, I know that this version of Laura Sue is supposed to be a teenager. I'm not entirely sure about this one, but just given the way that she's featured, I'm under the impression she's supposed to be an adult. So, you know, a little bit of sexy, but still, like, an action hero, you know? I'm thinking, like, This is Lara Sue. She originally appeared in the Archie Sonic comics, but due to Ken Penders, now belongs to Ken Penders, and she went from looking like this to this. Yeah. So, yeah, we are having some fun here. But yeah, not entirely sure what the age of this character is supposed to be. I think she's supposed to be an adult. Because, like, I think in the Archie, she's, like, what, 15? No! In the Archie, I think when we first meet her, she's 15, but then they do another time skip, and then she's an adult. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. That's what it is. Giving her kind of a, like, a pair of pants, a pair of kind of, like a belt. I don't mind the kind of, like, weird rounded belt she has over here, so maybe going for something like that, but making it, like, a bit more, like, I think, like, look almost more like that they're like pods or something rather than just being a bunch of circles, I think might help. Giving her maybe like, because she had like these big ass combat boots, so something like that I think might help. Rather than like, I think she's wearing heels. No, she don't. Or she's wearing heels here, I think. Either that or they're just slip-ons, but they're more like boots here, which I'm fine with. Again, there's very few characters who can pull off heels in combat, and I'm sorry, Ken Penders, but your character is not Bayonetta. This might be a little weird, but maybe giving her like some almost kind of like some kind of pointy out ears will also help to bring out some distinction, and also just, I don't know, help with the head a little. I do kind of like the, like, not so much the design, but the idea of her having like these bracelets, which she can kind of use for like weapons and whatnot. My brother passed by and your avatar looks like an e-girl, and I Excuse you! That's Mrs. E-girl, thank you very much. I've never been called an e-girl before, oh my god. Guys, am I an e-girl? Be honest with me. Am I gonna have to do one of those e-girl transformation TikToks with my Sona? E-Fox. Sayo, no! Sayo, how could you? We all know you're really just a Fennec Fox with an internet connection. Well, yes, I am in fact just a Fennec Fox with an internet connection. Why not just E-girl? You mean E-woman? Yeah, God! She's got like this like pendant or something. I think I should probably keep that. I get the feeling it's important, so I'm gonna let her keep it. I think she had like dog tags or something in the original design. Anyway. bleh. This is, here. We are officially complete with, the pendering. This is my redesign of Lara Sue. I think we'll get rid of this group shot. We only really need the, 2 reference images, I think. As you can see, I tried to make her look a little bit more spunky, a little bit more athletic, a little bit more combat ready, while still maintaining that kind of air of, I think Ken Penders is going for, like, egad. I think he's going for, like, sexy, a marked improvement. Thank you very much, Sayo. I think he's going for, like, sexy sci-fi woman. Oh, the other guys were just, largely just kind of randos. Like, if I can, pull this back up. They're other characters from the Lara Sue Chronicles. This one was also a Sonic character named Jeffrey St. John. I have no idea who that's supposed to be, but his face is terrible. And I have no idea who this is supposed to be, but this is, like, the one human character, and one of the few comic pages we have, he has this character, his face has been traced Greg Land styled. But yeah, anyway, ew, gross. Anyway, that is probably going to be the last Penders drawing for the night. But yeah, that's kind of my idea for Lara Sue. Making her a bit more, like, spunky, a bit more adventurous. She still has a bit of that, she still has a bit of sex appeal, you know? Like, she's got a bit of sex appeal. They do look odd. They are odd. You know, she's showing some leg. Actually, admittedly, I'm looking at her knee. It kind of looks like she's pressing it in something fierce. Anyway, so, yeah, she's, like, she's still got a bit of sex appeal. But, she is overall, like, she's a bit more, like, athletic looking, a bit more ready for a fight, you know. Her body's a little bit more toned. I just think that would make more sense. Also, I just prefer her spunkier, more punkish personality from the comic. Welcome back, Bonzi buddy. How you doing? So, we're gonna save that, and we're gonna move on. And we're gonna do the last community improvement for the night, because, yeah, it's starting to get a bit late, and I'm getting a bit tired. So, let us take a look. I say, not improvement, critique. Improvement would imply that we're still working on Ken Pender's stuff. Wait, no! Bonzi, stop. I know you didn't mean it like that, but phrasing is everything. Here, this is a piece done by Drysert. We're gonna do this just cause I feel like it. That was crunch. Oh, yes. This is of their rabbit character. And I want to kind of give the character a better sense of just being more solid, while still keeping to the general proportion sniffs at Dresser. I'm thinking of getting a Pictaro account. Thoughts? I don't know anything about Pictaro. If you're interested in doing art streams, I mean, sure. Cool. I do my art streams here, obviously, but happy gorilla sounds. Alright, so, I don't know why both of them were turned down, but whatever. So here's how we're going to do this. I want to keep the general same sense of anatomy. It's all good, my dude. Same general sense of large-headed anatomy and whatnot, but I want to give a greater sense of feeling more solid. Because it does look, it looks fairly flat, and not everything with the anatomy necessarily lines up. But the proportions and whatnot are mostly fine. So, yeah. I think for starters, while I'm sure you were probably just doing this to get an idea and show off this is what the character's design is like, you can still do that and give a bit more extra, like, depth and things like that. It just waxed that floor. Why are you doing this? Also, I'm terrible at drawing hair. Hey, don't worry about it. Hair is tough. Hair is tough, my dude. Floor squeaks. Boy. Bunui. Yes, Bunui. Yes, Bunui. I think that the eyes could probably be lower down on the face, so I'm just gonna so we're going for a completely different pose. I don't really think I need to, like, redline it in the same way I did the others. Bunui. So here's how I'm going to kind of try and interpret the hairstyle. What I'm getting from this is that it kind of sways to each side in the front. So we're going to just do some of this, just a simple line over there and a simple line over here. From there, we're just going to, and then kind of push it back a little. And because of the ears, the hair, I mean, this is a completely stylistic choice. You don't have to, like, listen to this. Also, I don't know how to draw teeth like that. I always draw his teeth like that. Ah, okay. I'd recommend maybe... I don't know if it's meant to be he has, like, just a single tooth, but if you want it to be, like, it's, like, bunny teeth, I'd say stick it closer to the middle of where you position the mouth. So, instead of, like, this, have it more like this. And maybe add in a little line. That'll help give the bunny teeth idea off a lot better. This sort of gives me more vibes of, like, if you know Oscar... like the old mascot platformer, although your character design is 1,000 times better than Oscar, because, like, Oscar is an absolute disaster of a character design. But it gives me that kind of vibe with the teeth. And I don't mean Oscar the Grouch. I mean, like, the platforming character, Oscar. What might help, I mean, maybe it's a bit late for me to do this, but what might help in future when you're trying to position where to put the feet, because I noticed that they don't really look like that they're, like, on anything or whatever, is drawing a grid, like so. Just having a grid on the floor to help you plant where the feet should go should actually help go a long way to, like just helping to better plant where you want the character's feet to be and that sort of thing. I recorded using Animal Reference website. I recommend using an Animal Reference website. It has posted for animal. It does. Yes. Of course, that's also going to depend on what you're trying to achieve with your drawing. I.e., this is a more anthropomorphic character, so they probably don't need to be like in super like realistic bunny poses and whatever. So what's actually nice about your style being so simple is that you don't have to draw as much detail in things like the calves and whatnot. You could usually just have it like be just tubes. I would still recommend having like the details and whatnot, but just like the tubes, like this. And then you could just, it's nice and simple. Animal Crossing characters would be going, yes, they would. The large head, the sort of smaller bodies, and like the way the limbs are. Looking at reference from Animal Crossing characters would actually be a very good reference for you, I would say. But yeah, Sayo does make it go. But speaking of which, Sayo, how's your work going? Well, Animal Crossing characters, as was stated, they would work because don't post links in the chat, please. because of the fact that, like, been sort of preoccupied with watching you. Ah, okay, fair enough. Was because it got kind of similar purport Animal Crossing. Was because the characters are kind of proportioned in a similar way to your characters. But yeah, just try not to post links. Generally, it's really only like if you are gonna post a link, ask first. I'm surprised links even put in Twitch chat. You think there's a way? There is, but I like it. But sometimes when people be like, "Oh, can I post a thing?" and whatever, and I'll be like, "You know what? That's fine." Again, it's ask first is kind of my rule. Is ask before you post a link. Ask me or ask a mod. Although, admittedly, I think I'm the only person with mod privileges who's on right now. Did you see there's a new Animal Crossing animal? What? No, that's the island planner. I'm not seeing anything about that. It's a sloth. They're kind of creepy. I thought there've been sloths since, like, New Leaf. I thought. I mean, forgive me if I'm wrong, but, like, I thought... It's nightmare fuel. At this point, I'm surprised they didn't do what Sonic Forces did with making your own custom character. Yeah, I'd really like to make a, like, an animal character, Nintendo, please. That's the link I posted in the Discord, so if anyone's looking for it, it's in the critique channel. Ah, okay. No, that's not long enough. No! Why did you bring me here? Urgh, Google! Make me angry, Phil. He passed away, yes, classic. Google, why you beat me? Because it's Google. Alright, and actually, no, we're not quite done yet. Also, I defied my own rule about the hair. It's brilliant, Fox. You are a genius beyond your years. Again, it really does depend on the styles, so it's like you don't really have to follow that piece of it. I mean, I used to draw it where characters' ears would just poke through the hair, even though it doesn't always make sense. Like, sometimes you just have to do what works for a character. What do you think about his actual size? Oh, well, I think him being short works as long as it makes sense for the character. So, tried to play up on my tabs, only managed to remove one. God damn it. Loud bouncy sounds. May I hook you? Yes. Or hey. Alright, so, basically, Dresser, the main things I would recommend for you would be to focus on drawing through with simple shapes. So, like, I started with a circle, and then I added in the grid, and then I based on that. And also depth. Those are the two main things I want you to focus on, should you choose to accept my advice. Anyway, there's your little dude, all done up and ready to go. You will be put in the chat with the rest of them. So, I actually, that's probably going to be it for tonight. But before we go, there is one more Kenneth Penders thing I do want to show you. We're not redlining it because it's CG. It is Ken Penders CG. I draw crunch. Would you guys like to see? The music stopped when you said CG. Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that, because I'm not sure everyone is emotionally ready to see it, but here we go. There we go. Take a good long look. Here, we need some appropriate music. Hang on. So what's your favorite part? The disgusting creases, the weird yellowing teeth, the giant soulless eyes, the horrific proportions. Her wrist should be closer to the actual crotch, not like they look really short. The fact that her upper arm, I don't know if that's a perspective thing, or her upper arm should be longer than her lower arm, but it's not. The weird gigantic titties. Don't you love the Ken Pender titties? Aren't they great? The fact that she needs to eat a goddamn ham sandwich. The fact that I swear her pelvis is, like, curved inward. Makes this guy awkward when the music stopped. It's so bad it kicked me out of the stream. The weird, disgusting lipstick. Like, I don't... The fact that it looks like it came from, like, 2013. How could Kenneth Penders? The submerged castle. Okay, look, I'm trying... Look, it's funny. I'm not trying to give people nightmares. It already looks like... It already looks like a paralysis demon. Oh, it gets even better. Want to see it from a different angle? Taking that as a yes. I did not end up sleeping. And you came back to this. It's that RE music, yes. I'm very disappointed. Do you like that? You like that looking right at you with her Joker smile? In the Looney Tunes hole, I guess? That's all, folks. I can't. I can't. In what universe? Why is its lips blue? I'm going to see this in my sleep. In what is going on with her fingers? Why are they spaced out like that? What is her neck? Look at it. I don't know if that's supposed to be because of the choker or what. I mean, I think here it looks like it's part of her, like, okay, but, like, that's not what it looks like at all. It looks like that her tiny-ass little neck is sticking into this collar thing. What is this? Why does it have a chin? Oh my god. Ken Penders. Dresser. Again, Ken Penders. Like, that's enough. We could take her on a Metal Gear Rising too much of monsoon. Burn it with fire! I just... That's enough. Thank you all so much for hanging out, guys. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you for letting me critique your art. You guys are all fantastic. Just remember, my critiques are suggestions. They are not definite. They are not definite. This will make your thing better. All of you guys are amazing and skilled and talented. And if you ever feel bad about your art, just remember, you're not Ken Penders. So, I'm gonna find us someone to raid, and we're gonna improve that person's night, hopefully. Another noise stream? Thanks, Sayo! Think of the children! Please, somebody think of the children! The memes. All of the improvements will be going in... I keep saying improvements. Not improvements. All of the red penciling will be going over... Will be put in the Discord in the critique channel. But we are gonna find us. I mean, I guess it is improvements in case of Ken Penders, and I'm not gonna mince words on that. I do legitimately think that my artwork is better than Ken Penders. Let us find someone to raid. Oh, Lumi's streaming, so maybe him. Blazen's also... Oh, actually, let's raid Blazen, because Blazen raided us last time. Ken Penders. The person we've been making fun of all night. Why does no one pay attention? Let us raid Blazen, because my good buddy Blazen raided us last night. Or last time we streamed. So let's return the favor. Alright, I hope you guys all have an awesome evening. I want to thank each and every one of you for letting me sort of go over your work. All of you are amazing and skilled. And just awesome people. I love you all. I'll see you later. Bye!